to Blackwater, good friends telling better stories.
Wow.
Wow.
It's so nice.
Soft.
We're all feeling ourselves tonight. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna jump right into announcements. I want to play some good D&D with my friends. I'm going to acknowledge tonight that we are streaming from the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the Coast Salish, Stolo, Semiahmoo, Kwantlen, Tsawwassen, and Musqueam First Nations, while our characters play in a world that Tim has created. We are honored to live, work, and play on these lands tonight. A huge thank you to our sponsors and partners. We're proud to do this campaign in wonderful partnership with the fantastic folks here at QuestKeep. If you love this campaign as much as we do, you can head on over to our YouTube and you can find all sorts of wonderful campaign stuff. All of Campaign 2, Campaign 1, a bunch of mini-series, and all of that kind of good stuff is there. So please head on over. You can type !YouTube in the chat to go do that. I'm reading off my phone tonight for notes. I apologize. I know. Campaign 2 episodes now release on Fridays at noon, with our podcast episodes dropping every Monday before the next session, so you can catch up in whatever way you enjoy. We want to give a huge thank you to our wonderful techs in the booth of Chantel and Moy.
Yeah!
Thank you for keeping us on the technical rails this evening. Want to say a huge thank you today as well to our campaign artist, Tiana Kovacevic. We are going to be premiering some new art tonight for level 10 characters.
Oh, yeah.
For some of us, this will be the first time that we've seen each other's art, and I can't wait.
Some of us, it'll be the first time we've seen our art.
Yes. I love it.
There was some changes made.
Some changes made.
I'm excited. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be great.
Tiana has been with us from the very beginning, bringing our characters to life. So thank you so much for all of the endless mood boards, all of the notes, and everything that you do. Thank you for helping make our characters and our game feel very rich and alive. You're the best. Thank you. Some very brief programming updates. Episode 64 dropped on the podcast, and we also have a Patreon. Jess, can you tell me a little bit about Patreon?
Yeah, absolutely. Patreon is a place where you can go and support us and watch extra cool content that we put out on a really regular basis. After every episode of Blackwater, we record a Chatwater, which is half an hour of us talking about what just happened, what we think is going to happen in the future, and just riffing on and talking with each other, because we all like each other and we have fun conversations together. You can support us at one of our paid tiers, at the Knucklebone tier or above?
All the good stuff's at the Knucklebone.
All the good stuff's at the Knucklebone tier or above, and you can access every Chatwater. Otherwise, there's a free one every month and lots of other content on there as well.
Fantastic. Thanks, Jess. Some con updates. We are encroaching upon Gen Con. It's like 10 days away at this point, which is wild. We are going to be all over the con. You are going to see us. We're going to be out and about. There's a crew. We're all rolling together. So you're going to want to come hang out at our panels. You can type !Gen Con in the chat right now, and you can head on over to our Gen Con events. They're all still open. I think one of them is almost sold out, but you can come head on over. We've got 2 live plays. We've got the Con Shot, which is our heist in an hour that we debuted at ECCC. We've also got DM Roulette. I'm really excited about that one. And our DM Roulette is also sponsored by HeroForge. So thank you to our dear friends. And I'm going to talk a little bit about HeroForge in just a sec. But yeah, and then we've got 5 panels. We have a workshop on creator burnout and content creation fatigue, which is going to be helmed by myself, Gina Susanna, and Alicia Figulio from Geek Therapeutics. All of us therapists who want you to have better work-life balance, because we all have bad work-life balance, and we're all working on it. We also have Shoot Your Monks, which is about making your players feel cool with the mechanical builds. We have how to do romance in TTRPGs and how to safely do that at the table. We also have our Toxic Masculinity panel talking about how the TTRPG space and toxic masculinity kind of interweave and how that goes together. We also have We Are Live, which is how to bring your home game to the streaming space, which is something we did and have learned a lot from doing.
And we've got some cool people to talk about that.
Cool people to talk about that. And was there anything else? I feel like there was one more. Was that 5? I think that was 5. In any case, they're all up there.
You're also on other panels.
I sure am. I'm on one other panel about, I'm on with the folks from Careful Cantrip, who I love and I did a panel with last year. All of that information is going to be up on our socials, so you can head on over about who's going to be what and where. I think
adding my 3rd panel of the Saturday. I have 3 panels on Saturday.
Yes.
It is Color and Cloth, the art of visual storytelling for HeroForge.
Yeah, Adam's going to be at a HeroForge panel.
Can I get in on that?
Very exciting. I can talk to Annika, we'll see.
Please!
Yeah.
That's up my fucking alley.
Yes,
The
so
alley's
cool.
my ass crack.
Oh no, maybe not.
I'm also on a panel with the wonderful folks from Storyteller Squad called Charisma Check, which is one they debuted at PAX East.
I was on that one.
About networking in the TTRPG
Guess I wasn't
space.
charismatic enough.
No, you were busy doing other things at the other time you had another panel going.
I have 6 panels.
So
I don't
many. I
need
have
more.
so many panels. So we're gonna be all around the con. I'm gonna be posting. I'm gonna be posting something on our socials this week about like if you want to come up and say hi. Like I'll post all our pronouns there. If you want to like come up and say hi, or like I remember at PAX East, Adam and I were walking across the con floor, and someone just screamed Blackwater across the con.
pretty cool.
You can do that. That's
Yeah, you can do
100%
that.
fine.
It was exciting
You got
to
high
happen.
fives. You're welcome to like come up and chill with us and all of that kind of stuff. So we're very excited to see you all at Gen Con. It is going to be a raucous.
I'm so
6
worried about
days
this
in
man at
Indy.
convention.
No, he's gonna be so good. This is
I'm
Sean's
gonna
first
catch every bug.
This is gonna be
I'm
Sean's.
touching doorknobs. I'm licking my fingers.
I'm gonna just send you home in a glass box.
Con crud is real. For all of you who are going to
Oh,
be
yeah,
going
the
to
bubble.
conventions, I encourage you to stock up on your vitamin C. Please stay masked while you're on the con floor as well to help with all of that transmission of bugs and stuff. COVID is still a real thing. We're very, very excited, and we can't wait to see you all in Indy. I also...
It's in Indianapolis?
Yep.
I booked flights to the wrong city.
I know you did.
I'm going to Indiana. There's a lot of Appleses, okay?
Also, we are not going to be streaming on the Monday
these to
following...
Actually.
We're not going to be streaming on the Monday following Gen Con because all of us are getting back in at different times, and we also just need a day to rest because it's going to be pretty flat out for a couple days. But we will be back the following week. I also just want to say a huge, incredible thank you to everyone with the response that we've had to the trailer release of Godkiller Balance. Our cast is stunning. Oh my god, I'm trying to get through announcements. Gina and Yanis are my god killers for this season, and my guests are incredible. Tim and Cody from Blackwater have made. I'm so excited about the episode that Tim is in, and I'm excited to film Cody's episode upcoming. We have the return of Christian Navarro as a very prominent character in one of our main characters' backstories, and welcoming to the table for the first time Anjali Bamani, Luis Carrazzo, and Christian Carlson, who have just all brought it. Like, it's really incredible.
And if your name is Tim Navarro, we are looking to complete the set.
We're
That
trying to
is
get.
Navarro, we've got Tim Carlson, and now we have
Christian
Christian Carlson.
So we are looking for a Tim
for
Navarro. Tim
Yeah.
Navarro.
If you're out there.
Tim Navarro, reach out, let us
Reach
know.
out
Do
to
you play
us.
D&D? If not, we can work with
We can
that.
keep
We
it
can.
For first timer.
It'd be good because we're not playing D&D.
That's you're fine.
It's true.
We have some incredible future guests that I'm very excited to announce as well. So stay tuned across our socials for that. And to get ready for Balance, we have released the entirety of Godkiller Oblivion out now wherever pods are cast. So if you weren't on our Patreon before, you can go catch up, or if you only caught the free tier, please go catch up, listen to that all across wherever you listen to your podcasts. The series is so good. I'm so proud of it. And yeah, I think I mentioned this last week, but I want to say a huge thank you again for all the nominations for all the web festivals that we've been seeing coming through. So we're so grateful for all of that kind of good stuff. Which also brings us to our dedicated sponsors. Essentially for the next month, up until Balance is released, our first sponsor is HeroForge, our dear friends.
Wow.
I was so ready for you to make some sound.
Yeah.
for that
We
one.
get it
Not
in
too
80.
Yeah, we'll do it in ADR. They'll do it in post. And
wow.
also huge shout outs to HeroForge for consistently helping
love HeroForge.
creators make cool content, especially Godkiller content. HeroForge also has sponsored Godkiller Last Hope, which is Transplanar RPG's new in-person Godkiller series. You can check them out for all your mini-making needs. You can go to www.heroforge.com. You don't need to pay anything. It's free. You can make stuff in their 3D character creator. It's incredible. All of our PC minis are HeroForge, and a lot of our NPCs and Big Bad minis are also HeroForge. So we're very, very thankful to the wonderful folks at HeroForge for making cool projects possible. Our second sponsor is Moonbeam. Moonbeam has revolutionized the way that we are going to be doing streaming in the future. It's built for collaboration and community. Moonbeam has redefined kind of how you do streaming with something called a realm. So the BlackwaterDnD realm will be there. We're very excited to partner with them. It's like Twitter and Discord and Twitch kind of all rolled into one. You can also stream to like a genre realm like D&D or TTRPGs. If you do a cooking stream, you could do that to like a cooking realm or a writing realm, depending on what you're doing. So it's really exciting. They also have an amazing cooking D&D stream. Absolutely.
Roll a D20 every time you do anything.
Also, 100% of your earnings as a creator go to you. There is no fees taken directly to anytime they're in transaction towards creators, which is really nice. They also have a groundbreaking moderation system that they've called Pixis. And if you want to find more about that, you can head on over to their backer kit. You can have ! Moonbeam in the chat. You want to go get in now at the ground up level. Also, the folks at Moonbeam are just really awesome. They've been so incredible to work with, and the second I told them about Godkiller Balance and what we were doing, they just said, what do you need? Which was really amazing as a creator to have a brand that you respect approach you and say, how can we help you make this happen? So a huge thank you to the folks at HeroForge and Moonbeam for sponsoring our show for the next little bit. So that's it. We're all ready. Sean is so ready. Are you ready, Sean?
Uh-huh.
Grab your tissues, grab your spider milk, grab your jorts and your best friends, whether you are new with us tonight or you've been with us for ages. Thank you so much for your support. It is through community that we can make amazing things happen. We hope you feel super, super welcome at our table. Chantal, roll the clip, roll the clip.
Boy, all right. So,
Also,
for those of you,
I'm so sorry. The art's just gonna roll through and
we'll
rock.
just wait.
No, we're not gonna. No, we don't have to wait.
No,
But-
no.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So hands.
Oi, bruv!
Hi, bro. Oh, Miri's so hot. It's too much. It's too much.
Holy shit!
Mark's having a time.
Oh no, Mark
Oh
is in
my
a bad
gosh, she's so
time.
beautiful. Oh, Daddy Thistle.
Mia.
I'm so pleased. So
Dude.
amazing. Okay, we did it.
Just the fucking deep right turn to Mark, just like,
Yeah, the second I saw Mark's art, I was like, Mark's struggling. Like, he's having a minute.
I like how thin he's gotten.
all right. So, for those of you just joining us tonight, last week, Best Mission battled to rid Silverwatch of the Loyalists, taking on some of their toughest opponents to date. Both Shy and Esper were killed in the fight against Chimera and her Rage Drake Ajax. Luckily,
Sorry,
after
what?
the fight,
Its official title was Rage
Yeah,
Drake?
it was a Rage Drake.
Asynchronous
Luckily,
gems.
after the fight, Mirielle was able to revive the pair as they claimed victory over the Loyalists. But it was bittersweet as many rebels lost their lives, including Severix Lazulus, a seasoned general and mentor to this particular band of fighters. So as you take stock of the battlefield, you see Delika and Nero moving to stabilize soldiers that are on the ground, as well as Julius's Drake Nova, who is in fact still alive.
Halo?
Or no, I made a mistake earlier.
Oh.
Halo was his old Drake that died.
Oh, yes.
Nova is his
Nova.
younger Drake.
Nova.
And you can see there's probably about 10 rebel soldiers who are still alive. They're quite badly injured, but stabilized.
Tiberius is still alive, right?
Tiberius is
That's
still alive.
my boy.
with a ballista bolt through his whole
Yeah,
body.
they are. Everyone is injured. Not a single soldier, a rebel soldier, has gotten out of this.
Can you imagine
What about Julius?
Can you imagine?
Julius?
Where'd he take a hit from? Did he cut himself shaving or?
No, he looks all right.
In the stairs.
But he comes down with Palace.
Awkwardly, without any wounds.
He's faking a limp.
Hey, look, he's
Oh, I twisted my ankle.
He did
Lord of
roll
this
his
castle.
ankle at
The
the bottom of
stairs,
the
the stairs are deadly, dude.
He did
Like-
exactly what he was supposed to do. He got his brother out. That's what he was supposed to do.
Without injury.
Yeah, without injury.
Maybe he bumped his head, but we can't see it. Invisible wound.
He also could have wounds.
Yeah, you
Everybody's
can't see
got
the
invisible
scars.
struggles.
If he
Okay.
bumped his head hard enough, he might have a Julius.
Which is
seizure.
funny, because he's...
I got that.
You also see
I quit. I
the
quit. I
two
quit.
other soldiers from the courtyard come over with 3 of the smiths. You could see they come over from where the kind of stairs from the parapets are. It looks like they went to clear out the remaining soldiers on the parapets while the fight was all happening here. And you see they come over as well. They
Is Kazan or is it Kazar?
one of the smiths is Kazan. You
Kazan.
see is a dwarven smith. Comes over with the other group.
Do we see Tyne anywhere? Like the last servant was still inside.
Yes, they come down with. He comes down with Julius.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think like at this point, Shy is like just standing up and like trying to get her bearings after coming to and just like looking down at her stomach that is now just like so brightly glowing.
Yeah.
Is everyone okay? Are we all right? I don't know if I'm all right, but I'm here. So thank you, all of you.
Mark's not here for this.
No,
Mark's seeing what's in that.
Yeah. Julius does come over to the
Mark
group
is grappling.
as he you can see he's sort of taking everything in. Thank you so much. I am in your debt. We are going to seal up the gates. If you need places to rest, we have many beds.
Can you get word to the north?
Yes, Nero will send to the other faction in the north.
Also, something I'm thinking before I forget and before I absolutely pass out. Someone named Beckett has been trying to find us. And do you know, does Nero know Whisper by any chance?
Yes, I think they have met.
If Nero could send, because Whisper knows Beckett, if Nero could send to Whisper and let Beckett know that we're going to be here for at least a day or two. So if Beckett can make it here, it was something he's got to bring us. So he's been chasing us all around, and if that word could be sent, that would be greatly. I know we're all pretty tapped.
We'll pass that along.
Thank you.
Thistle would have made his way back up to Mark.
Sure.
I mean, are we all going at this point?
Yeah, so
know.
you see as they
Yeah.
kind of start
Yeah.
taking the remaining soldiers over to the servants' quarters where they can kind of set up a makeshift kind of field hospital and start sort of surveying what is happening in the castle and how they can start to reinforce until reinforcements arrive. Up in the study,
I think we all make our way up if Thistle is going.
yeah, you all make your way up. Mark, you find in that
Before anyone
compartment.
else gets there.
Before everybody else gets there, you find in that compartment there is a what looks like a fairly sizable tome. And you can see it does appear to be written in Draconic.
Fucking slice. What does the title say?
It says Manual of Bodily Health. And you can
Gross.
see there's like a
Oh,
diagram
shit.
Oh, wow.
of a Drakenweir on the front.
Just an absolutely yoked dragon we're like.
Annual bodily health.
Looking through, it's just diagrams of Drakenweirs just fucking rocking the
Yeah,
gym.
it like
CrossFit.
as you sort of
It's Drakenweir
casually
CrossFit.
flip through, you can see it is like instructions on exercise and diet and
Oh,
like
yeah.
it is like it's like an instructional booklet on how to sort of improve your health and constitution.
Is this one of those magic books that if you read it, you get a plus?
Perhaps.
Yes, it is.
Julius'
word
dad is
constitution was
weird.
just
Why would you
a book.
hide a fucking fitness magazine? I go, wow.
Yes.
I want to like put a chair up against the door and see if I can fiddle for anything more valuable.
And then it
All right, you can make an investigation check.
Now I believe I
So you're looking for.
explode memories.
You are looking for. What are you looking for? Like items, or are you looking for spells?
I think I'm looking for items.
Okay.
Like, if there's any sneaky items. Yeah, because I can only.
I show up at that point to help.
As you kind of get the chair and you like turn around, like, okay, here we go. As you start to move over, you hear like a rattling at the door.
The door's a pull.
You start to you start to panic a little bit.
Just a minute. I'm masturbating.
As you kind of look around, nothing obviously jumps out at you. You're sort of overwhelmed.
I
by
take a pen and I
scrolls.
open the door.
As I hear him say that, I go, that strange Mark doesn't know how to masturbate.
Why do you know that?
Pardon?
How do you know that?
Hello, everyone. Oh, right. Oh, I see.
Hey, Mark.
I pull you aside. Last time he told me he was masturbating, I caught him weaving bows into his hair. I don't think he understands what the concept is.
Don't yuck my yum.
We don't do that here. All right.
I'm not yucking it, I'm just stating what it... You're not here.
Oh,
We open the door and we go
This is a
inside.
private conversation. I'm masturbating.
oh, you stepped aside.
Julius does also accompany
Yeah,
you
of course
up
he
once
does.
everything. Julius and Septima both.
Oh, we can't ransack his dad's place with
come
him
up
there.
With
Yeah.
you.
Can you wait downstairs, Julius?
No, this is my my family's library.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why I asked you to walk.
He also might be able to point us in the direction if there's specific information we're looking for. He'll
It's a
know.
tradition.
Yeah,
after
Druid is
a
all
battle.
gonna
Is
masturbate
the
together.
And he also does. He's like, I also have.
To masturbate?
This is where I do it.
It's so unhinged.
We're
So
so
really.
punchy today.
I have a gift for you.
Oh,
It's something like.
let's get it together, team.
It is something my father took from the Yoranites a long time ago.
Oh.
And I think you may have more use for it.
Thank you.
And he comes in, and you immediately. He walks by you, Mark, and like almost right in front of you, you somehow missed, like racked on a wall. It's like a staff, like an oak, kind of gnarled staff.
Oh, that's not ornamental. Oh.
Oh, that's not a part of the woodwork.
No.
Thought that
And
was
he
like-
kind of pulls it off, and you see, as he pulls it off, you can see there are like around the top there are a number of thorns kind of set into the top, kind of gnarled part.
Dang, Thistle's eating good today.
Num, num, num.
Like a chicken wing. He's a cannibal, and he hands it to you guys.
That's probably going to be good for you, my friend.
Because of the thorns.
What is it?
Those are the thorns.
The thorns.
It's we refer to it as the Staff of Thorns.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
What else you got in here? A lot of books, huh?
Yes. You had mentioned that you were looking for information.
Yes. On the Cleric Gemini specifically.
And
And some other things as well.
are welcome to look. We have a number of family histories. We can trace our lineage back to the first clans of refugees after the Age of Ash.
Oh, wow.
Shot in the dark. You don't have any, and I tap the hat, any crossover histories with Praetor Bing Bong over here?
Kyprus.
That's the one.
Long lost cousin.
Goes, yes, I believe I'm not exactly sure how far back, but at least great granduncle, Abelius,
That's the guy. That was the guy that was in your vision. At the head of the
married,
table. At the head of the table.
I believe his wife.
Sweet.
One of their children married into that family, the Kyprus family, a long time ago. But almost every family in some way or another is related to each other over the thousands of years.
I can imagine so.
Gross.
All right. But you are welcome. You have free reign to look at whatever you like. There is a. This might be of interest, and he. You see, he kind of goes over and pulls out a kind of leather-bound book. This belonged to a member of one of my ancestors. She was quite interested in the movement of the celestial bodies.
Oh, that's very helpful. Thank you.
May be helpful.
Mark, we can spend the evening hitting the books if you want.
Absolutely.
I can help.
Do you have the second novel in the Dragon Rider series?
I have it in my room if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'll go.
For research.
I have the whole series.
Do you?
Would you like?
Yes,
to borrow?
yes.
There's more than two?
He would like to borrow
There's
them.
actually 7.
There's 7?
Yeah,
Don't tell me what happens.
of course. But book 5 is not the best. But 6.
6.
And through 8.
There's 8?
There is an 8th in the works.
Oh.
I've seen some sample chapters.
Wait, who's the author?
We'll just say the author's name together, because of course we know
Well, no,
who the author
no.
is.
Are you the author?
No, please. No, I'm not.
Insight check. The most important insight check I've ever made. Do you want to help me with this? This
Yeah, that's
guidance.
This
Help
feels,
action, help action.
This feels fucking
Guidance.
campaign shaking.
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
17. Where's my insight? 27.
If a silver dragon could turn red, that's what Julius looks like right now. No. I'm not one for books and writing, and I enjoy story like anyone else, but no, of course.
Mark, what do you think of the first book? Honestly.
Mate, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. If I could just read one book for the rest of my life, it would be the one book I've read for my entire life.
It's really good.
Well,
It's absolutely smashing.
incredible. Well,
Do you, just to, memorialize would you be able to maybe write your name in the book?
Yeah,
that
like-
you-
of course.
So we don't
Sign
forget your
them.
name.
Just so that we don't.
So we-
remember to.
You don't wanna-
to
Forget
it belongs.
Yeah.
And what was the name that you used to write the books under?
I look at this and I go,
Well, the
author.
name of the author, of course, is. Willens.
Willin.
Stimby.
Stimby.
Yeah, well done, team.
Willin
Stimby.
Jimby.
So mate, if I ever meet Willin
Willin. You did that. You did that.
WILLNINCES.
Oh, I spelled it. Sorry, can you spell that again? Because I spelled it WILLINTZ.
That's a better way of spelling it.
Willins Stimby.
SZTIM.
Maybe you could put your name in Mark's first book copy. too.
STIM.
Sure.
Just in case.
Just so that they're all the
Thank
same.
you, Julius.
SZTIM.
When you write the name in it,
Why?
could you write it as if you were writing Willem Stimby?
Sure, I could write his name as well.
Yeah,
Yes,
of
thank
course.
you.
Conventional but appropriate.
I gotta look at Mark.
Yeah. What?
It's in your head.
Oh, are you talking to me? No, because he hasn't put his fingers
I
up.
don't understand. I can see you. What do you want?
All right.
I am
So,
talking
if you would like to make an investigation check,
Yes.
I'll start to sort of
Books.
pull out.
This is exciting.
Yes, I'm going to
Tone.
make an investment.
Yes. I can't help with
Oh,
investigation, but I'm going to make one of my
I
own.
can investigate.
I can assist.
I'm gonna guidance myself.
I'm going to
I
make
can
one
give
of
you
my own.
You want help?
advantage. Might be bad at it, but I do know how.
31.
Okay.
Just an 18 for me.
Nice.
18 for me, too.
All right.
I love using my skills, gang.
You did
So-
build a skill monkey this campaign.
We're doing it.
You start pulling out the family, essentially family Bibles. Like you start pulling out the family tomes that sort of trace the lineage. You see at the beginning they trace it back to the early Drakenweir refugee clans after the fall of Rythax. And their line at the start sort of split into three. There was the Argentus family who went with the large host that eventually settled in Dathia with a number of the other Drakenweir clans. And then there was another, there was the Cresthorn family and the Kaless family.
Cresthorn?
Cresthorn, yeah.
Where'd they go?
They traveled different parts of Terrace. The Argentus line, the Cresthorn family traveled to Wolfar and settled in the kind of like southeast, and then as well as
Cresthorn has Kasadi? As in, okay,
and, like,
yeah.
and part of Cinderfall
Gotcha.
as well.
She's from
And
God's
the Kaless family settled in what is now Garyang.
Kaless?
Kaless. Kaless. And you can see they're as you kind of flip through, you kind of skip ahead to the age of when Tyrax was around, and you kind of dig into that, and you can see that there is a large page about Apollo Argentus, who you discover through kind of reading this kind of brief biography, was like a very, very close general and advisor to Tyrax.
Oh, wow.
And it mentions how he came to know him as a brother, and their bond was nearly unbreakable. And it led him to follow the Ashen Tyrant down the darkest path. And then you see there is a note, a handwritten note, kind of in the margin, and it says, "A note for my descendants." And you can see it's partially burned away. That part of the page has been burned away.
Sorry, what was the name of the general again?
Apollo
say
Argentus.
Fire.
Should also also do the fireplace
Love.
in the hall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's going to be it tomorrow.
One more
That's a
thing
terrible thing.
I want to add to the library to-do list. Do you have any information on the fortifications across the lake in Yorin?
I don't. I have some kind of general drawings from the outside from previous skirmishes and things like that.
But you said Mather was from Yorin, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, one of our cooks
Oh, I know. I
was
know.
liberated from the prison there.
We should talk to him.
So you've
before-
broken into the prison before.
I have not.
But
no.
I mean, it has been done.
No, the Uranites like to use their prisoners as frontliners.
Oh.
Lovely.
They send them in waves. Yes, it's awful, often chained together
Oh,
to
God.
try to eat up ammunition.
Right,
But
so that's awful.
Mather was spared, and he wound up helping us.
Well, we'll need to talk to him when he's on his feet and ready.
Yes.
Tim, when I look at this book, not that I'm going to start, but how long roughly do I think it would take me to read this?
This whole thing?
Yeah.
A while. Like, it would probably take you a couple of days to go from, like, end to end through their entire lineage.
No, the
workout
manual
book.
of.
Oh, the
it's a
manual?
week, I
It
think.
would take a couple of days. It takes 6 days, you figure?
6 days of constant
study.
reading?
No, if you spend about 48 hours over a period of 6 days or fewer.
I'm going to be busy
48
for the next 2 days.
Can I take a look at that book with the burned bit?
Yeah.
Maybe for a second. I'm gonna just do something for a second, and I'm gonna ritual cast Ashen Memories on
Alright.
a little fucked up burned little bit of the book.
Okay.
What's the ritual?
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite part of your character.
Ashen Memories is usually, what would it be for a book? I think, because it's non-destructive for that. It's usually just trying to like access it. So I think Miri would just let's be real. She's gonna lick the page.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's gonna lift it. And it's gonna be like a real gentle, tracing the burned.
It's part of it.
It's part of a process.
Don't worry, my tongue is extremely dry.
It's true.
It's quite warm. As soon as it leaves my mouth, any moisture tends to evaporate very fast.
All right.
She runs warm,
The book won't be just
It won't do any. I promise I won't do any.
but she'll be able to tell
I
you.
said you could look at it. Yeah,
I-
sure. This is my own fault.
I was waiting for you to open every page until you got a paper cut.
So to be clear, she licks the book for 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
So this does. He's
Book
like a
like-
little bit like.
Blah, blah, blah,
Really,
blah.
this feels like too long. So, your vision starts to fade as that taste of ash turns into kind of a wisp of smoke that enters your nostrils, and your vision blurs for a second as you see a Drakenweir woman at a writing desk. You hear the thoughts in her head as she's writing. A note for my descendants. My grandfather was not an evil or wicked man, rather a devoted friend. Perhaps too devoted. From the time they were young, he came to know Tyrax as a brother, and a bond was unbreakable. It led him to follow the Ashen Tyrant down the darkest path. But with his final act, I believe his scales were balanced. With Silver's silence, the world fell into a quiet, and the ash came to rest. I pray Kalesval to judge his deeds evenly, and I ask that you would too. You hear a servant come by, calling for the Lady Cressad, or Cressia.
Cressia.
Your presence is requested for the funeral procession, my lady. You watch as she nods, and she takes something that comes into view. You see a stiletto-like blade, almost woven to a very fine point with silver and steel, and the handle is partially melted. As she takes it, and she heads out. And you see it's signed Cressia Argentus. And you see in the volume that's his granddaughter,
Right.
Apollo's granddaughter.
I would, as I might have had a. Oh. I tell everyone what I saw.
I wonder what the silver silence
The
means.
silver silence, that stuck with me.
It sounded like a proper noun.
Do you
rather
think that's
than
the knife? The little
Capitalize.
dagger?
It,
Oh.
I mean, if we don't know how Tyrax died, do we?
No, I don't think so.
So maybe, it sounds like the act of balancing. If Apollo, like, bolstered Tyrax throughout his entire kind of evil reign or whatever he did, it sounds like he did have to do something mighty big to right those wrongs at the end. Maybe that's what it was.
Brought him down.
Yeah, or helped at the very least.
Silver silence?
Julius, does the silver silence mean anything to you?
Yes, it is it was a mythic weapon, if you will. It was made for Apollo. It was said to have been cold forged by
Oh.
the silver great worm.
A great worm? What's that?
The great worms are fabled dragons, beyond ancient, enormous in size, impossibly powerful.
Okay.
The stuff of myth.
And what happened to the knife?
It was buried with Apollo. It was used to kill Tyrax.
Oh,
There we go.
here we go.
And where was Apollo buried?
It was buried in the catacombs of Caer Argus, but it was the old fortress. It now rests at the bottom of the lake.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Weird.
Okay.
Very strange.
Fast trip to the bottom of the lake.
That's where you were trying to go on your own all the time.
You don't know that?
Destroyed in a Uranite raid a long time ago.
Okay.
During, when
Bellius?
Bellius, yes, he was the steward of Caer Argus. His sister was the queen at the time.
I understand.
Strange.
But it was destroyed, and Silverwatch was built shortly after that.
And
Crazy idea. I think we should go into that lake.
and the knife is still at the bottom of the water, supposedly.
Presumably in the lower catacombs.
Lots of whereabouts.
I'll go.
If the knife was
Hello.
to be recovered, would you want it back?
Well, I don't know. It holds a kind of. For those who remember, there are not many families who have their history documented like we do. But it is seen in our family as a kind of a curse.
Oh, I see.
Apollo betrayed Tyrax. And even though, in hindsight, maybe it was for the best, was still seen as a terrible betrayal by a brother.
I understand.
So, it is, I would say we have a complicated relationship, and perhaps why it has never been sought out. But it is said that the blade is silent, makes no noise.
If we were to go perhaps down there, which might happen, is there anything else that we should look for or be aware of?
There are rumors and stories of a serpent in the lake,
Oh, great.
but I don't know how much of that is
Is
true.
it like a smart serpent or like a really big fish?
Like, say when?
I don't know. I have never seen any serpent of any kind, but I have never gone swimming in that lake.
We're also trying to figure out how best to get across towards the Uranite outpost, and the lake might be just an option for us to get there.
Yes, it is in kind of a wetland.
We've got a boat, so.
There are many dead bodies in that lake. It is seen as a kind of a cursed place.
How big this lake? Just so you know, we're talking like
It's not gigantic.
not like Lake Ontario.
No. I would say it's closer to like
Give us a local lake. 'cause
Local lake.
Okanagan.
lake. A little smaller than Lake Okanagan.
Like Okanagan.
You're welcome, audience.
I'd
Bigger than
say
a
like
pond.
Skaha.
more than one
Looks like
of the
Skaha Lake?
like
Skaha.
like Brome or Alice Lake.
Okay.
Like
These are so specifically
Mid-sized
local.
lake.
I don't know them.
Bigger than Trout Lake.
Bigger than Trout Lake.
Bigger than
Trout
Trout
Lake's
Lake.
So-
basically
So
a poop
Alice
pond.
Alistair,
Lake.
yeah.
If
Alistair
you're at
Lake.
home watching this, why don't you just pop up a Google Maps of Vancouver and the greater Vancouver area and just kind of
Alice Lake.
scoot around?
Think about a mid-size, like you could have a boat,
Sedan?
but it's not like you're not putting giant power boats on there, but you can have some small fishing.
Tell
boats.
me
You
that.
could, you could swim across it.
Big enough.
No problem.
Imagine like a big fortress castle. It's about that size.
Okay.
Okay.
So the whole lake was the cat. Oh,
yeah.
shoot.
Like it had a moat
They
around
meteor
it.
showered it.
They had a moat around it,
And it
and then
sank.
it like sank. It was not as big as Silverwatch is.
Okay.
The Care Argus was not as big, but it was still like a,
Okay, so we can walk around this lake, no problem.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yes, well, you guys will walk around.
Oh, so you're talking like the size of Fort Delbury, right?
I was thinking Fort Langley, but that's just
Like the old fort or the new boundaries?
You're
I
here
haven't
for
been out
the
there in a while.
Canadian
I haven't
content.
been out there
You're here
since
for
the
it.
old forts.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
okay,
Like
perfect.
CFB Esquimalt.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, cool.
there we go. That's a closer reference. That's a military base
Yeah.
on Vancouver Island.
Well, it's kind of a fort.
Wow. So dense with deep.
I've lost interest in this topic.
Thank you.
I've become bored of this bit.
Esper,
Yes,
will you tell me what this staff does?
of course. I'll sit down, ritual cast, identify.
This is the Staff of Thorns. It is a +1 to bonus and attack. +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. I'll send you all this stuff as well. Staff has 10 charges. For the following properties, it regains 1d6 plus 4 charges daily at dawn. If you expend the last charge, roll a d20, and on a 1, the thorns immediately fall from the staff, and it becomes a non-magical quarterstaff. It also has a number of spells. While holding staff, you can use an action to expend one or more of the charges to cast the following spells. There's Radiant Rosette, which is a new spell I will send to you. Entangle, Speak with Plants, Spike Growth, and Wall of Thorns.
That's a good one.
That's very Thistle branded.
And you can also use a Thorned Strike. When you hit him with a melee attack using the staff, you can expend up to 3 of its charges, and for each charge you expend, the target takes an extra 1d6 of piercing damage.
Whoa,
And
that's
It's a
good.
smite with it.
In my studying of this, I like for above the table. Would you be able to cast Shillelagh on this
I
staff?
don't
Because Shillelagh allows you to attack with your wisdom rather than your strength.
potentially. I'll have to look. I'm not sure. I don't know if it specifies non-magical.
That's true.
Whenever Julius is not in the room, I would try to sneak the book I found to Esper. Be like, hey, I think Julius's dad was really into this. Doesn't seem magical. It seems really lame, actually. But I'd just love to like double check this sort of
Oh, yeah. I'll identify the
this like
manual as well.
Dragon's Health manual.
Dragon's Health Quarterly.
Yeah.
It is a manual of health, and the book contains health and diet tips. If you spend 48 hours over a period of 6 days, your Constitution score increases by 2, as does your maximum for that score. The manual then loses its magic and doesn't regain it for a century.
Oh,
So Thistle can read it a couple times.
Yeah, eventually you can hang on to it and read it
Every 100 years?
Yeah.
I know Thistle's getting the staff, but this also feels useful for Thistle.
well, he doesn't need it.
Do you need it?
It helps you become healthier and more constitute.
Yeah, absolutely.
Falls a lot.
He's a bear most of the time. You died twice yesterday. Like,
Oh, you're saying for me?
I think it's for me or you, mate. I'm very
Tim, who's
sorry,
it for?
But I'm also a coward.
Honestly,
I will say I was thinking of one person when I put this into
Yes,
the game.
but for who?
Maybe the person who found it.
Yeah, maybe.
But
All right.
it's up to you guys. It's
I'll-
your item.
I'll
I
read
think
it.
we are equally unconstituted.
Oh, you know what? You know
I-
what?
so
I
here's
know
the
how
thing.
to settle this.
I get the hint, like above the table to
Yeah.
discuss. Like, I get the hint. There is a very like mythical
pointy
weapon knife that's coming my
Oh,
way,
you're
so I'm
right.
good to not have this at all.
I would like to just. I would just like to say,
Uh-huh.
can I have dibs on the next time?
in
Next
100
time,
years.
100 years.
In 100
Wait,
years.
haven't we already done this where we got a fucking manual of something?
we did. We got a
and
manual
I
of
think someone read it,
And
and
then Finnan had it. And it was given to
Finnan-
Finnan, so
given to
Finnan
because
could read it.
Finnan
in
would live 100 years later.
Yeah,
we've done this deal two campaigns in a row.
It's a good deal, you know.
Was it
Those
charisma?
long-lasting
What
characters.
was it?
It was
No, it was
Oh,
the
it was
manual.
strength.
It got
was
letters up
strength.
to 21.
Yeah.
And then Finnan took it
Finnan was
afterwards.
like, "I'll read this in 100 years."
I'll tell you about Radiant Rosette too, because it's a cool spell. It's a 2nd level conjuration spell, 1 action. It's a concentration up to 1 minute. A rosette of magic resembling a dandelion of energy appears in your hand. The magical flowers remain there for the duration, and when you cast the spell, you blow gently on the rosette, sending a stream of glowing seeds at a creature you can see within 60 feet of you. You make a ranged spell attack against the target, and on a hit, the target takes 3d6 radiant damage.
That's a great spell.
Until the spell ends, you can blow out on the rosette to make an attack again on each of your turns as an action, and at higher levels, you can increase the damage.
That's a fun spell.
Hell yeah.
Can I cast it on my hand and then become a bear and then have flowers on me?
I
And blow
little
my
flower
bear
crown?
breath?
That would be very fucking cool.
It would be the same as doing like a crown of,
Yeah.
what do you call it? What's that spell?
You'd have to walk.
crown.
Your bear would have to walk. You'd have to be a walking bear. So you'd have to live with that image.
I would make a bear. I'd make a bear with a mustache of flowers.
I think it says hand. I think it's
All right, fine.
You
No,
have
for
to transform 90% leave your human
I think it
hand.
balances on your nose.
No. So here's the
And
thing.
you
As a
sneeze.
druid, he has seen Johnny built wrong a lot. So what if the bear just has an extra arm?
Definitely not a bear.
Has a flower arm.
Definitely not a
Just
bear.
turn into a hand bear.
An arm that comes out of my chest and
Listen,
I think it's on your nose. I think you sneeze.
the hands on my nose.
The rosette is on your nose.
True, a star nosed
Yeah,
mole
if
does
If you were
look
Star-Nosed
hand-like.
Mole, this would be no problem.
I think your two new wild shapes should be hand bear and face wolf.
Face wolf.
Hand bear is a normal
I think
bear
it's
with human hands.
Circus
And
bear.
what's a face
A
wolf?
face wolf is a normal wolf but a human face.
I hate this. I hate it so
And
much.
it talks.
So like a
This book's
reverse
great.
werewolf
Yeah.
from like the movie Teenage Werewolf.
So is there
These books
is
are
there
great.
anything else that we find? In this
Yes,
setting?
so you also take a look at the leather-bound book that Julius gave you. It's written by Aurelia Argentus. She lived about 400 years ago. She was a scholar and an avid astronomer, and she documented the movement of celestial bodies for nearly 80 years.
Oh wow.
She observed that only Estra moved in a predictable pattern from the beginning. Van Dyne was predictable to a point, but then suddenly, with no discernible pattern, Van Dyne would not appear as scheduled. She found this greatly perplexing. Riez, on the other hand, had a predictable path, but she observed that the movement of Riez had a strange correlation with major events in Terrace. Several times throughout her life, several major conflicts plagued various continents, and rumors from far off of a terrible devil that managed to bring his army onto the material plane before being cast out by a battalion of holy warriors found their way to her. And in this time, Riez seemed to change its orbit willingly. She hypothesized that the orbits of Van Dyne and Riez perhaps had much longer cycles beyond what she could observe in her lifetime.
3-body problem.
But she wasn't sure.
Okay.
What is up
We're
with
gonna
this?
have to dehydrate.
Dehydrate the masses.
You also find
Oh, no.
there is a scroll that you recognize after looking at the kind of description of Apollo. It seems that Apollo had a specific sigil done up for his time because he was one of the kind of lead advisors. He rebranded the family a little bit.
Hell yeah, dude.
And you can see there is a scroll that's been kind of sealed up, and you sort of gently unravel it, and it was written by a niece of his, Astra, who went on to become a powerful mage in her own right, from what you've seen in the family lore. Lays out a description of a spell referred to as Dragon Ward. It was used to great effect against the armies of Tyrax by a group of powerful Centurious mages on the front line. However, the account goes on to describe how Apollo was able to overwhelm the mages with foot soldiers and disrupt the ritual, citing Apollo that no amount of arcane prowess can overcome steel and blood. It was seen as a great victory for Apollo that allowed his dragons to break through the Centurious front line and overwhelm their army. He did, however, send a party to try and piece together the nature of this spell so that they may find an effective counter. They discovered that it was an incredibly powerful spell, and one of their most powerful mages of the Centurious was the one casting the spell. At the spell casting site, the Drakenweir found melted gold coins, a large crystal dragon scale that seemed to refract the light like a prism. But they knew that Rythax must have flexed his divine will, as the mage's hands were encased in the blood of Rythax.
Whoa.
And there is like a drawing that seems to be that like the mage's hands were turned to glass.
And this mage would have been part of the order that Phyllis was part of.
Yes.
They don't mention the mage's name. They don't know the mage's name, but they do know that he was one of the Centurions.
And he had a big scale.
He had a big scale.
Large fractal crystal scale and melted gold coins.
Have you ever seen any dragons with fractal scales?
The only crystal dragon you have heard of, referred to, was the prince. The Crystal King, who Irex, yeah, who's now dead. But
They
there's no
turned him
crystal
into glass.
family.
They just pop up every now and then.
Well, you don't know.
Oh,
You could ask.
Julius, we know that Irex was a crystal dragon, a dragonware, but he was part of the Emerald family. Or were there other crystal dragons? Was that just something that happened?
You see, he kind of looks a little embarrassed. I'll be honest. My history of other families is not great, but perhaps Septima knows.
We can chat with
She's
her later.
here, like she chimes in.
well, there you are.
Yeah, because she's also interested in this stuff too. She's been reading some, and she tells you that the Yakovos family was the Crystal Dragon family, but they were massacred in their castle by a force of Yoronites many, many centuries ago. And they spent years infiltrating the ruling family's castle and the capital, and under the Hunter's Moon, they were all slain.
Oh. So to find a crystal dragon scale, that would be
Yes.
hard.
The Crystal Dragon scale, there was one. It was gifted to the first king, Irex, who overthrew the Caesar of the time
I understand.
when the castes shifted.
Oh.
And it was a scale from what dragon? Like one specific crystal dragon?
I believe it was from Novus, Refractor Prime.
Refracto Prime.
Refractor Prime.
That's
Fractal.
Refractor Prime
Refracto
Novus.
Prime.
Novus.
Called him the Templar of the Crystal Forest.
Crystal.
Do you know where the Crystal Forest is?
That sounds really cool.
I do not.
Oh.
I believe it is in the Upper Plains.
Oh,
Oh.
like not here. Yeah, I don't remember.
Crystal Forest.
That sounds mighty impressive.
Sounds like a EDM festival.
What's
The
EDM?
Refractor Prime.
Refractor
Refractor
Prime.
Thistle.
I don't want to go down that pathway.
EDM.
I've never
Electronic
heard that
daisy music.
before.
What's
Yeah.
electronic?
Sorry,
Yeah.
I write slowly and
EDM.
there's a lot to write there.
Exciting.
The what of the Crystal Forest?
The Templar of the Crystal Forest.
Exciting. Yeah, what are the other two?
Exciting. Dirt. Mulch.
Exciting dirt mulch, and you have festivals for these.
Yeah, the trees, it's a very big deal.
They bring different mulches.
Yeah. I mean, you sample other people's mulches.
Yeah, that was great. I needed that time. Thank you so much.
It was the crystal was given as a gift from the Argentus family to help cement their place after the restructuring.
Oh, I understand.
Where was Novus from? Is he dead?
Novus?
The
I
dragon?
do not know. If he is alive,
It's gonna be a lore.
he would likely be. He may be in that mythic
Crystal
greatworm
Forest.
category. But
Oh, I
yes,
understand.
he fled after the family was massacred and was never seen again.
Oh, so you could theoretically call him in on an Emberite if the family was to still exist.
I guess theoretically
I
you
love
could
that.
try.
And the king who was slain,
Irex.
The
Ira.
first King Irex.
No, but this most recent one.
Also King Irex.
Very confusing. He was crystal,
But from the Emerald family.
but that's my question. Was it a recessive?
I believe
Trait.
so. There have been over the centuries crystal drakenweir born into other families. They did
Propagation.
marry beyond their family, and every once in a while, those genes come together.
And how does calling in an Emberite work?
It is different for every family.
So is it something that could be done by someone outside of the family if they knew the ritual to do it?
I don't know that that has ever been attempted.
Does an offering need to be made?
Truly depends on the family. Some
What's yours
families, yes.
Well, you're not going to tell us what is Emberite.
Unfortunately, it is a very closely guarded ritual.
Maybe that's what this ritual was.
Dragon Ward.
Maybe it wasn't to create any sort of barrier, but it was to summon a great worm.
I mean, calling a dragon with coin.
And a scale.
When you call a dragon on the Emberite, what is the sort of conditions? Are they magically bound to aid you, or
There is a blood oath that is sworn between each dragon and their family, and it goes both ways. And
They can call on you.
Yes, they may.
Wow.
Has that ever happened?
It has over our history. Great armies have been summoned to aid a dragon,
Wow.
but it is rare.
What is
Just
the
as
name?
calling in an Emberite is rare.
What's the name of your family's dragon?
Our family's dragon is right down here.
Too many. Our family's dragon is Will and Steam.
His name is Vortho.
Or Stimpy?
No, we've referred to him as, sometimes referred to him as the Jade Curator.
This is Jade Curator. He's the dragon for the Argentum family.
No, for the Emerald family.
Oh, we're talking to
Julia.
Your Septima.
Septima, right?
The Silver Dragon is dead.
Yes, we did know that. I feel.
Yes, Asimila or Gulbane.
because that was
She was killed in the Divide.
is there anybody?
No, she was killed in
in the divide.
Is there
Tarn,
anybody?
who's Tarn involved in the death?
Ishvale, white dragon
The
family.
White Dragon.
Hey.
Is there anybody that could check on our friend Fulgor?
Yes, I can send word.
Curious if he made it.
I mean, technically, Miri could send to him tomorrow.
I can send tomorrow. I don't think I should do that today.
No, I don't think so either.
What time is it?
It's
It'd be early morning.
yeah.
'Cause we
Oh,
attacked
because
them
we
the
attacked
night.
It's
them.
like dawn. Yes, we should get word of where everything has laid and how that battle has gone. But
We should also rest at some point if we're going
Absolutely,
to be.
mate, absolutely.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Julius Septima, thank you for your insight and guidance and helping us. May I borrow just the book on the celestial bodies?
sure.
My mama is really. My mom was very tied to Riez, so the little I've learned, I'd like to dive in a bit deeper, and it takes me a bit longer to read things and get it. So,
I might go for a swim before bed.
Thistle, I don't think you should.
Oh, ease these aching old
Thistle,
bones.
I would really love to accompany you on a swim in a cursed lake as the person who can breathe underwater. I would really like to
With
do
the
that.
giant serpent?
With a giant serpent underneath there. I don't think that's safe,
maybe,
Thistle.
maybe wait till we can all. Please at least let Shy go with you.
Or at least till you can turn into a cool bear that swims.
Maybe
Or
when,
a dolphin or an octopus
Webbed
or something.
hands.
or when I'm not at 2 health.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
you
there
can-
Rest.
is
you
there a
can go
place
for a
that
suicidal swim in the morning.
All right.
is there a place we can
Deal.
bed down?
Sweet.
You see, Julius is. Why don't you sleep in our family's quarters?
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
Yeah, thank you.
Finally, someone lets us sleep in the officers' quarters. Thank you.
please. It would be the least we could do.
So what happened to the ones who didn't last?
Mm-hmm.
All of the officers that were in here, they all went outside and they are no longer
Yeah,
in these
no,
quarters,
they're-
correct?
Loot!
Yeah.
I want to go through
Yeah, we're gonna go
all
through
of them.
all of their
I
rooms.
want that axe. I want
Yes, so
that
you
axe.
go down. We
That
can say
axe,
that you
dude.
go down.
We go through every room and we spend time.
Wait, no, we start
we do
at the very top with
Chimeras.
Chimera
do it
Suite.
fucking right.
I
So
want
turn in this
I'm
place.
looking for diamonds.
Advantage.
specifically.
Okay. You do not find any diamonds.
None of these guys had the ability to bring anyone back.
None of these guys had the ability to bring anybody back. Or
They're
else
just
they
Not
would
a
have done
single
that.
functional
No, there's no
amongst them.
clerics.
No clerics.
Um,
That's raw dog and no clerics.
Raw dogging. But you do find, probably between all of the officers and things, you probably find about 2,000 gold pieces.
I'm gonna take that for party funds.
Yeah.
You do find on the body of some of these people, you find there is. I was going through. This is because I'm going to send all of this. On the body of Chimera, you find she has a +1 rapier. She had a bracelet that it's like a golden bracelet set with 6 glistening crystals. And they sort of make a tinkling sound when they hit together.
Do they look like they explode into fireballs?
No.
Cool.
I can
do
identify anything that seems curious.
Yeah, I'll just read them out and then
We can
say
assume-
you identify them as
Yes.
you go.
Also, we should
These
split that
are-
2,000 gold up amongst us because I'm owed money.
I'm
looking
That
at
is a
that.
good point.
And I'll send this as an email to all of you.
We'll decide
But
that in a minute.
These are
2,000 gold.
counter melody crystals.
Counter melody crystals.
Oh.
Okay.
She also has studded leather armor, dragon blessed armor,
Oh.
uh,
So I'm gonna
You're
write
down
down.
in armor.
and
I'm gonna write down what we have. So
Is
we
it
have.
studded leather armor?
it is studded leather.
That's-
No, yes, it is. Yes.
So
studded
counter
leather.
melody bracelet.
Counter
we
melody
have-
crystals.
we have
dragon
dragon-
blessed armor.
Yeah, because I did just get my armor destroyed.
Okay.
That's real nice.
The Warhammer, the Fist of Khazar.
Wow.
You see Vontus's spear is the you can see the spear tip looks like a normal spear tip, but the actual handle itself seems to be engraved with some runes. The Mabrin ebony spear handle.
Oh boy.
You see Richter's axe is a +2 great axe called the Judge. It's a finely crafted kind of dark steel axe with the tourist crest, which is like an imposing tower flanked by dragon wings.
Watching Sean go and then point at a person at the table is very fun.
While you were doing this,
Me?
you also see the Smiths come over with Julius as he's gone to kind of check on them and the 2 silver soldiers that were there. And they bring out, they bring out a chain that looks to be steel, but it's woven with kind of silver, like the steel almost looks like it's braided with silver. And it has, it's kind of naturally cold to the touch. But they bring it out, and Julius sort of presents it. This chain has been with my family a very long time, and I want to give it to you as a gift. It can be used many different ways. It has been used like a whip, but it is cold forged with the icy breath of Simila.
Oh.
And I want you to have it.
Can I reach out?
Yeah.
I think Shai takes it in her hands, and you watch her immediately, she pulls it out, and then kind of lays it over one shoulder for weight. Yeah, that feels real good for me, if y'all don't mind.
I was thinking it would look very nice around my neck.
I mean, you can wear it like a necklace, but I can bite somebody with it.
Bike chain?
Yeah,
This is a lovely scarf.
The
It's
necklace,
very
and
cool.
then
Are
I
the
was going to
Smiths-
hang.
Yeah.
I look to one of the Smiths, maybe Kazan or Khazar.
Kazan. Khazar was his father.
And I reach into my bag, and I'm going to pull out 2, one stone that's about this wide, and it's kind of like cylindrical, and then a leather stone that's probably about like this, and it looks almost like a teardrop shape, and you see that they look like the rock that is made of the basin in Keshuera. Now, I'm no craftsman or anything like that, but I've used a weapon before that has weights at one end and on a chain like this. Would you be able to craft that together? This is rock from my homeland and from Keshiera.
That is beautiful stone. May I look?
Of course, I pass them over.
It's good.
We also found your dad's hammer. Should go back to you.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
of course.
I was holding it.
None of us use hammers.
It
None of us use hammers.
so heavy for you.
It's on the floor.
Could you attach the axe to the chain so I may wear it like a medallion around my head?
My friend, I don't think you would be able to walk very far.
Just
Do you know who I am?
Drag on the ground.
Thistle.
The axe is nearly as tall as you are.
Yes, very intimidating to my enemies.
Yes, it would be.
I passed them over the
It
stones.
would be a necklace purely for when I'm in my elemental form.
Ah, I see.
just pure wide stance. Drag.
The smiths at Silverwatch, and he kind of gestures to the other. They both kind of like, almost like steel scaled, are legendary in this part of the world.
Well, we're gonna be here for a little
We love a
bit.
challenge.
Can I leave that with you for a couple days?
You may.
Thank you. I
We'll get
appreciate
right
it.
to work on it, and thank you again.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
I just want to confirm I'm not going to get the chains.
You're absolutely not. Like, this is I'm above board. You are absolutely not getting that chain. That's
While
for
we were
me.
looking around,
I'll give
I
you
find
the
anything
staff.
I don't
vaguely
want it. I can't use
like
it.
a mirror.
Yeah, you could find a hand
Can I
mirror.
find a
There's
fucking
definitely hand mirrors
mirror?
around. Yeah.
We should,
Cool.
I'm just about to
Fucking
stop.
mirror.
It's on
They're
Thistle.
all broken.
Do I find an intact mirror?
Yes.
All right. Scry off.
You also
have
find
no
like there are a number of like there is quite a bit of armor. You can see that like they're kind of stripping the loyalists of their armor and things like that. But there is studded leather. There's leathers. There's plate. There's a lot of basic armor and weapons as well.
There is a Magic the Gathering technique called Voltron where you try to get as many enchantments and equipment on a single creature. I do like the idea of us giving up all of our magical items to Thistle just to see how crazy we can get.
And I would,
Thistle wandering into battle just fucking laden with...
Laden with stuff.
hand on a Bible, I would not use any of them for their intended purpose.
All right, I'm gonna send you all the stuff.
Thank
Full
you.
plate, can't cast spells.
I have every
They got a
attunable
big
item
clock
that I
on a chain.
refuse to attune
You're not
to.
attuned to them.
So funny.
Not a
Can you give me a rough? This can be above board.
Just
How
so
long
heavy.
that will take?
It'll probably take them about a day and a half.
Great. Cool.
So basically, by the time you're ready to leave,
I
they'll
think
get
you should
back
make.
to you.
I think you should make M wait as long as Jess had to wait for her gun. I think that's only fair.
They're in this
Full
place.
circle.
6 months real world time.
I don't wish that weight upon my greatest enemy.
All right. What would you like to do?
I think we should rest.
Sleepy time.
Yeah, I think we head on down to the quarters after looting everything, and we take sleepies. We
Alright.
have sleepies.
I'm gonna step a little bit, read my book.
Okay. You start to read your book. The rest of you.
Vegetables are good.
Before sleep, I
Nice.
pop one of those good berries just to have eaten and not be at 1 hit point because it feels bad going to sleep at 1 hit point.
Esper,
Somebody wake me every 2 hours.
That's exactly it.
Esper finds like a small quarter with a bed and sits facing the bed with his back to the wall and just like straight backed against the wall and just starts eyes closed.
I
Fully
think-
just like who has the highest passive insight?
Yeah, probably
Oh.
me.
Yeah, not me for sure.
Passive.
Passive insight, is it 10 plus?
18.
18. Okay, so you
17?
beat. I'm just gonna use my like. There's no real passive deception, but like 16 is the. You would notice something is like off about Esper, but not in. Like everything's just a little robotic.
Does
And are
he?
you sleeping?
Yeah, he's fully asleep.
And it's-
Like back straight against the wall. Just
So I see that at 17 as well?
Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
beat the 16.
Does he
Yeah.
talk to Shy at all before we
Nope,
leave it?
just sits straight down, goes to sleep. Everything you've asked, he's done immediately. Like when you were like, "Do you want to look at these?" He was like, "Yep," did it. Any conversation was very brief that he had, and then he's gone and just like you were like, "We should rest," and he went,
Power
"Yes,"
down.
and went and just like fell asleep.
I think Shy sees this and it's just kind of like,
Do you have more than?
oh, does anyone point it out at all? I don't have
No.
that high of a passive.
Yeah,
insight,
so like
I wouldn't see it.
it would only be noticeable,
Okay.
like like it's very very subtle.
Okay, I wouldn't notice, I think. Unless anyone says anything. I would find a quarters and probably, or a bed, and just kind of like absolutely, if seeing that Esper wasn't coming by to me, I would just be like, okay, and I would go to sleep.
Thistle's gonna go for a walk.
If you go in that fucking lake without me,
I'm gonna follow Thistle.
Do it, coward. You are.
don't go in the lake with 2 hit points.
Go in the fucking lake, loser.
I follow behind. Are you trying to sneak
We
out?
have exactly 300 diamonds left.
You don't know.
We have no diamonds left.
No, because we got.
No, we got an
We
extra.
used them. We got an extra
There were two of us
150.
who
We
died.
fucking used them.
They're all gone, dude.
No, there was more than one. It was 400 in the
It was
thing, and
400.
we had 100
Oh.
left over.
I
You
used.
don't have a full set.
We do have a full set. I remember doing the math last session.
We do.
And we had enough because we got 500 from one place, so we had 300, and then we had the 200 left over that because you had.
I have diamonds as well.
Yeah, Thistle we had diamonds in excess,
100 gold piece of
It was
diamond.
only
Yeah.
100 though.
and then we got 200 in excess of what we needed.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
We have exactly
check
the
the math on
amount
the playback.
for a revive.
For one death.
For
got one death.
one death.
Okay,
We
I'll
have,
say
but we
I
have
have
no
150 diamonds.
because we've been playing around with like a little extra diamonds, and we are exactly on the dot.
Great.
If we lose a single diamond,
I
done.
have 150 diamonds and I have one spell slot left.
They're all
I follow
tiny.
Thistle on a walk.
It's
At a distance.
so minute.
I'm trying to be sneaky.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Are you trying to be sneaky?
No.
Okay, in that case, I don't try to be sneaky. I just follow Thistle. But I don't say anything.
Mary, are you following me?
Yep.
All right. You want to walk next to me rather than 10 feet behind.
Do you want me to? You just walked out.
I didn't sneak out. I just going for a walk. I'm an old man. I like to walk.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I run and catch up. What?
Esper seems off.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It was kind of weird. He just sort of shut down.
Yeah.
What do you have any idea what's going on there?
I don't know. He died twice.
Yeah. When I brought him back, he seemed like there was something more lost, and something was strange. Like he was in two places. I don't really understand, but it felt wrong.
He's also more ghosty than he was before.
Yeah, it's further up the wrist.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's going to be more to unpack there, but I don't know if now's the time. Not the time, I don't think.
Yeah, that's fair. Were you literally just wanting to walk, or are you trying to go do stuff?
I'm not going in the lake.
He lied.
He says like a
liar.
stinker? Like a little stinker?
I'm not going.
You don't need to roll. I'll just tell you, I'm not going in the lake.
Okay. You want to, though. You keep talking about going in the lake.
I do want to go in the lake. I think it's a good place to be.
What's stopping you from going in the lake right now?
Real cool place.
I am very, very much standing in death's doorway currently.
He says, trickle of blood coming out of his mouth.
Stumbling a bit.
So if you were fine,
Very
go in the lake.
concussed.
If I was fine and I had
Waking every 2 hours.
all my magic available to me,
Sleep on
yes,
the side.
probably.
Okay.
But I'm not.
Okay. That's good to know. So where are we going?
I was gonna take.
I'm so sorry.
What was that? Did you hear something?
We're being followed.
There's a sound in the woods.
Your knights, they're attacking.
I was gonna take this puppy for a spin, and I pull out the wand of secrets.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Did I give this away? I can't remember.
No,
I tried
you
to,
got the
Oh,
wand
you
of
still got the
secrets.
one.
No.
I tried
you
to
did
barter
yes.
with it at some point, and I think
Or
the
did
person
you use
didn't
all
want
the
it.
charges?
They keep coming.
They
Oh,
come
they keep
back,
coming
yeah.
back. Yeah, no, you're good.
And,
There is something that you.
I tried to
you
barter
did, but
with
no,
it.
you gave something away, but it wasn't the wand of secrets.
but they didn't want it.
Maybe.
Oh, I gave my drugs away in the end instead of the wand of secrets.
Yeah.
I wish I had my drugs.
Not worth the trade.
I can't really help you there. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna walk, and I want to go around sort of the furthest floor, like most basement level of the castle,
Okay.
and I want to sort of use the.
Which is the lobby that you found.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the kind of.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna wander over to the collapsed part of the prison,
Okay. Yeah.
Smart.
and I want to sort of try and, now that I have time, sort of weasel my way in a little deeper into the part that was blocked off.
It was blocked off. It would take you some time to clear the debris from the door into the lower prison area. Because there
How
was
much
debris
time?
that a bunch. At least, like, if you're just by yourself,
I got
the two of you.
We also need to stay here for like a little bit because.
a day,
Beckett's coming.
Yeah.
but I don't want everyone else knowing what I'm doing.
Fair.
It would probably take you like 6 hours. between the
That's
two
too
of you.
long.
It's
I'm
a
saying,
pretty
like-
big
I'm gonna
stone.
cast Wand of Secrets. Does it tell me there's a secret down here?
Not within 30 feet.
Tomorrow. I'll come back to it.
How many charges does that wand have?
It's got 3. 2 left
And then it resets when you go to
when I
sleep.
sleep.
Cool.
Which is strange. Figure it would be more tied to something more rhythmic than whenever I choose to sleep.
It's tied to your
Daily
rem.
at dawn.
It's tied to your
Actually,
rem.
daily at dawn.
Okay.
Thistle doesn't know that.
Such a
Every time I wake up, it's
My wand is broken. It has one less charge this morning.
I'm
to
gonna.
me.
I'm gonna. Okay, Miri's gonna grab her amulet and whisper to herself. Thistle's had really, really bad luck with this wand, so I feel like that just counts as like the bad luck. So could maybe we change that a little bit and cast divination as she asks, where would we maybe have a little more success with the wand?
That's so cute.
That's so sweet. Good friend.
Hey, the luck you need, it's already been bad.
It's already bad.
I got you months in the
I feel
works.
like I don't need to do anything.
you hear a whisper in your voice. Dear, it's so obvious. The lake holds many secrets.
Hey, Thistle.
Yes.
Come. So, I asked for a little help, and it sounds like the lake is probably where we should be using that wand.
All right, perfect. Let's go.
You don't go into the lake.
Do it.
As long as you promise we're not going to go in the lake, we can go near it.
Why would we go to the lake when we can go in the lake?
Did you hear the great worm stuff as well?
Yes. That's a dragon. Magic dragon. There's no magic dragon in the lake.
Isn't there a worm in the lake?
Giant serpent.
Giant serpent. Different. I'm mixing up my worms. I get.
Mark
I
sleepwalking.
get long.
No, I'm reading a book actually. I'm not exhausted. I'm doing pretty good. I got hit by a spear, very hard. Aside from that,
I will say they're out in the barracks.
yeah, no.
Are you following behind
no, I'm on
them?
the roof actually. It's a nice place to read.
Are you walk and read? Walk and read.
They'll walk and read. Oh, walk me down.
Sitting with the ballista. Yeah. No, mate. It's a giant serpent.
Mark?
Yeah.
It's a 3-person one.
This is my favorite image of like them talking and then looking up and Mark sitting at the edge of the ballista with his feet dangling in a book.
Especially the new drawing of Mark.
Mark, how's book 2?
Crazed eyes.
Oh no, it's not book 2. I'm reading about macros. Apparently, food is made up of like fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. And get this, you want as many proteins as you weigh. Is sort of ideal if you're looking
As many proteins in what unit of measurement?
as many as you are. The amount of protein that you
still
have,
moving.
you need that on a daily basis if you want to increase how many proteins you are.
How do you know how much protein you are?
I'm working on that. I'm just
Okay.
sort of in the first chapters.
Let me know.
I love Mark translates that as I have to eat my body weight in protein every day.
No, I don't need to eat my weight. I just need whatever amount of
number
protein
I'm
I
saying
am.
I
He's
know,
very clear.
I know, but I'm excited for Mark to mistranslate and think that he has to eat his own body weight in protein every
very-
day.
he's
Well, because you don't get a meat is not entirely made up of protein.
Hey, Mark.
So you have to find enough of the meat
Hey, Mark.
with the right protein.
Hey, Mark.
Your body. Yeah.
He has a podcast.
Thistle and I are gonna keep walking for a little bit. We're not gonna do anything too stupid, though.
That's a very suspicious thing to say. You could not.
Okay. We can go near the lake. We can't go in the
Come.
lake.
Where's somewhere where Mark can't hear us? Come, quick.
Why? Okay. We can't go in the
Alright.
lake.
Listen.
What?
Remind me, Mark did tell us about what he saw in his brain delving dream. I think he,
Which one?
table?
the table
The table
and under
stuff?
the water.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we talked
yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
Yeah. I didn't want to metagame and I couldn't remember. No, don't you roll perception?
We definitely know about it.
It's an entire castle. We will go far from you.
I'm right at the top though.
It's not how sound works.
I'm right at the top. I rolled a
And he's
19.
educated now.
Oh my god.
Do you have enough spell slots for an arcane eye? Because you could just like skip this whole
I
process.
have
Hey, you stay out of
exactly
this.
enough for that. Yes.
He knows that eating carrots improves your night vision. He's been eating them like crazy.
Listen, if you follow us, you get no time for that book.
Actually, no. Turns out that was a myth invented by like one of the Drakenweir during one of the earlier civil wars.
Yeah.
To explain how they invented sonar.
Anyways.
Okay. Really caught.
Shit, the dragon we have sonar. We're fucked.
Anyways.
We're so cooked.
Ahead of their time.
to discover the turtle dragons because it was really hard to detect them when they were under the water. So they invented sonar.
Sean, I can come back later when you're done if you just give me a text. So, I'm a little concerned that whatever's at the bottom of that lake,
Yeah.
Mark's friend wants,
Yes.
and I don't want him to get it.
Well, how do we avoid that without?
We don't,
That's why you want to go
we
on your
don't
own.
take Mark.
Okay, yeah, but we can't just exclude Mark from everything.
I'm not saying exclude Mark from everything. I'm saying exclude everyone but me from this thing.
Thistle, I like cannot let you go do this.
Not tonight. I have, like I said, very injured. Tomorrow I'll be right as rain.
I can't let you do this on your own.
That's how health works. One sleep.
Sleep is
I've broken every bone in my arm. Don't worry, just give me a good 8 hours.
Provided you sleep and eat your proper macros.
So,
Oh, it's perfect.
listen, Thistle.
That's how it works in the book.
Even if I didn't care about you, which I actually do, no, then everyone else would kill me, and I care about myself. Shy would not forgive me
Listen,
if I let you go in the lake on your own.
Miri.
Yeah. Don't listen, Miri me.
Just don't tell her.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll just not tell Shy something. I'm excellent at lying. Watch this.
are.
I'm not afraid right now. Do you believe me? Yeah?
You can pretend to be bad at lying.
What? I'm confused.
You've spent a lot of the first part of your journey with us, just not telling us things.
Yeah, but that's not lying. That's just not telling
So then
me.
just don't tell her.
Yeah, so she's gonna say, "Where's Thistle?" And I'm gonna be like,
Seriously.
he's wet." Like,
He's masturbating.
it's easier.
Yeah, tell him I'm master. No, you're not.
Lying. I've heard the term lying by omission. I totally get it. That's way easier to do when people don't know the questions to ask you.
Pretend you didn't hear the question. That's what I do. It's like when you guys say, don't do that thing.
boomer.
Don't do that thing. I go,
Huh?
and I do it anyways. And then when you ask me, why did you do that? I say,
what?
you didn't tell me not to. And they say, I very specifically did. And you go, that's not how I remember it.
Oh my god,
Mark
it's
is
getting
reasonable.
problematic.
Mark, if we say to Mark, "Hey, we're not comfortable with you going down here because we're worried about this thing happening," I feel like either we think Mark is in control,
Yes.
or Mark is not in control. And if we think Mark is in control, then we should trust him. If we think he's not in control, then we should not trust him. But we can't waffle halfway through and pretend one way and then the other.
The thing is, I don't know if Mark is in control. It doesn't matter what I think.
But then you have to assume he's not, which seems to be what you're doing. But then we need to just assume that across the board. And that means we can't trust Mark.
I think we can trust Mark with anything that doesn't have to do with his friend.
Thistle, what do you want me to do? Because I trust you. I want to help you. I want to help everybody. I also
Well, how about this?
don't want to get eaten alive.
How about this? We will table this,
Okay.
and we will come back to it when we can find a way to deal with this that ticks all the boxes. Doesn't allow Mark to go down there,
Okay.
but also means that you don't have to lie
Okay.
to Shy.
I would love that. That would be really great.
All right.
Do you want to just go down to the edge of
Hug?
the lake?
Oh, go to the edge of the... Yes.
Just to see where the wand points you?
Sure.
Okay.
I have a feeling it's going to point into the lake.
I have a feeling it's going to also point into the lake.
But we should find out.
We
for
should
sure.
find out. Let's
Okay.
go find out.
Not gonna be
Okay.
anything within 30 feet.
I'm going to go down and point the wand at the lake.
Okay. It doesn't point to anything.
Oh.
I was like, the edge of the lake. There are no secrets within 30 feet.
Oh, it's deeper in the
It's
lake.
my favorite item in the game because it is dog shit.
This is the best item I have. It's the only thing I'm attuned to.
Okay, do you want to go back to bed now?
Wait, it takes an attunement slot?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, I was gonna say, that is actual dog shit.
And it's not the only thing I'm attuned to.
Can we go back to bed? I don't want to leave you out here, but I'm tired and I need to rest.
All right.
Promise me you won't go in the lake on your own
feels like he's
without...
The best one is are there secrets?
Sorry, lay out the
Yes.
exact wording of this very carefully, please.
Promise me you won't go into the lake without telling me beforehand and getting my consent for going in on your own?
Well, I feel like that oversteps a certain amount of self-agency, but hold on, let me think about that for a second.
You don't have to agree with it. That's just what I'm asking you to do.
Oh, all right, perfect. Let's go to bed.
Cool.
Holy shit,
I give up.
dude.
I'm
The-
sorry. You
can't
gave
go
me
in
the
the-
big. You gave me
Thistle
the
wants
biggest.
to die.
You want to die in that lake.
You give me the biggest.
I get
don't
that
have
you're
to agree.
feeling a bit of
Amazing.
FOMO right now because he's
No, it's
the only
great.
one
You're
who
totally-
hasn't died.
100%.
Kill me.
I want to die.
Cool.
You go to bed.
You don't have to agree. Awesome.
Okay, so do you go back into the castle?
Yeah, go to bed.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Told me we were gonna table it.
Okay. All right, you all rest. You rest throughout most of the day. We
Big
can
sleep.
say you rest that night as well. If you
What does that say?
Chatwater.
Chowwater.
Show me.
No, later.
Chowwater.
Feel a break.
We can say that you rest through the night as well. If you want to eliminate more exhaustion, we can say that you sort of took a restful day.
Yes.
And then
Oh,
you-
that was
Yes.
Can I
I
really
will-
catch up on my macro reading?
I will,
Yeah,
I'll tell you about what I'm going to do on my
48 hours,
rest
like,
for the
maybe.
day.
You can
Knock off,
probably
like-
you could probably
Like-
crank out.
I got a couple things. I got a couple things I want to do if we're gonna like sleep, be awake and sleep.
Yeah, you
Okay.
could say there's like a little bit of time during the day,
Yeah.
later in the evening,
Okay, cool,
as everyone is sort of rested up.
Cool.
You also do see though, before you start your evening rest, you see a large dragon arrive on the parapets. As you see a green dragon, Palix Rictus.
Ooh, we like that.
As Palix kind of slithers down the tall wall. And as they do, you watch their body sort of transforms into this tall, kind of pale, lithe figure. And sort of strides across the courtyard. And that is where we're going to...
Quick question: Pale light figure, still Dragonweir? Or
No, appears to be more elf-like.
Interesting.
Appears to be more elven
Okay.
in their appearance.
Incredible.
All right.
Sweet.
That's where we're going to take our break.
Okay, so we are going to be back in a tight 10. If you haven't seen the new promotional trailer for Godkiller Balance, stick around. You're going to be able to have a chance to see it at the break. But other than that, grab a snack, grab a beverage, and we'll see you soon for part 2. Okay, see you soon.
Bye.
There comes a time in everyone's life where they must choose, weighing the options before them to help them carve a path ahead. These decisions are often fraught and complicated, especially when the allure of power sits just outside your grasp. What would you do if told that you were meant to change the world? Would you carry your title proud and strong? Would you eschew your role, shying away from your foretold purpose? And how do you do that if it means challenging everything you thought you knew about your morals, your heritage, and most of all, the way you love? With the great divine war just behind us, we find two mortals on the cusp of divinity, grappling with what it means to be truly human, deeply flawed beings in a deeply flawed world on the precipice of the unknown.
I'm Gina Susanna, and I'm playing Ever Halassian. And I'm not the Godkiller.
I'm Yanis Vessels, and I'm playing Rake, the Void in Flight. And I am not the Godkiller. Not yet.
This BlackwaterDnD podcast series is Balance. My name is M. Carlson, and once again, I'll be your god, or your game master. While this game is still a duet, we've decided to expand our horizons and broaden the universe of our cradle, and we'll be welcoming new voices to our table as beloved characters throughout the story. This tale takes us back, long before the end of the universe, to a time where we begin to explore and understand old divine wounds that run so very deep, and what happens when love is caught in the middle. So bring your talons, your incense, and your family secrets, because you're going to need it. Godkiller Balance, sponsored by HeroForge and Moonbeam, comes soon to wherever pods are cast. Until then, heretics, be safe.
When the world is in trouble and you don't know what to do, gotta call Blackwater and they'll kick some ass for you. So pull up a chair because you're welcome at the table. Come watch us save the multi. So turn up the TV and go watch some D&D. Blackwater, we'll roll some dice for you.
from the booth. All right,
Season wrap on Tim. Thanks, everybody.
Tim was just quickly pushing up an update.
Sorry, I left the light on. Whatever, it's fine. So you see this kind of tall
Jess got it.
elven figure, kind of striding across as the other, some of the other rebel sort of leaders that you've met. That kind of main group go out to greet them in the center.
It's not Smargus, is it?
No, it's not Smargus.
Okay.
No, it's Pallas Rictus, isn't it?
It's Pallas Rictus. And you see Nero kind of bows and like takes a knee as Pallas kind of lifts them up. But you see they're sort of chatting in the courtyard. I assume you guys are out and about.
Yeah.
Should we go over and say hi to their dragon?
Yeah, we haven't met this guy.
No, but we saw Palix fly off towards Fulgor.
For the sake of expediency, I will of course identify on all of these items so that everyone who has received their email can.
I assume so.
Yeah. We'll pop some of the items in our Discord so you can see what they are. You can type !Discord in the chat and you can head on over and join and come take a look.
Hello.
Yeah, I think we walk over to Nero, and I think I would go over under the guise of being like, did Nero call Whisper? But I do want to meet
Yes. Yeah. So you come over and you see they kind of like they all sort of stand to you and they introduce you to Palix. Hello. It's lovely to meet you all.
It's nice to meet you. Thank you for coming by.
We saw you on the way to help Fulgor.
Yes.
How'd that go? That must have been harrowing.
Yes. I lost a bit of myself. And you watch as they kind of lift up their hand and they're missing 3 fingers.
Whoa.
But I am pleased to report that Runeprex lost a bit more. They are not dead, but severely wounded. Fulgor was able to remove one of Runeprex's wings.
Oh
my gosh.
goodness.
Yes, Red Star will never fly the same again.
A whole wing.
Yes, it was something.
It can still fly with 1 wing, though.
Not easily.
Is there any way to heal from that?
Time, and perhaps dragons are...
Resourceful.
Yes, resourceful.
How was Fulgor?
Fulgor is all right. He was severely injured as well, but largely intact. He has gone to rest at Careforax, and as a sign of strength for the castle. But he should be back in working order within a few weeks.
If you see him before we do, please pass on our thanks to him.
I will. I'm going to stay here for a few days until reinforcements arrive, just in case.
Probably a good plan.
It's good to have you. Thank you.
Thank you. They were telling me of your deeds, and it is much appreciated. When all of this is over, Dathi will remember you fondly.
That's mighty kind of you. Thank you.
Well, I am starving. I'm going to get some food.
Yeah.
I would lean towards whole grain if you're going that way. You don't want anything processed, and like a good lean for whiter meats. Lean meat is the best way.
Yes. I don't eat much meat. I prefer fish and fruit.
Oh, fish. That's the next chapter. I'll tell you about that tomorrow.
Did you ever catch fish in the lake?
The lake here?
Yeah.
No, I don't know how many fish are in there. I don't come this way very often.
Where is your territory or lands?
I reside in the Kasopo Grove.
Forgive my ignorance, but where's that?
It is in the Labyrinth of Glass.
Oh, okay. I've been to the Marinora a couple times.
Yes,
Wow,
it
that's
is
far.
on the southern edge of Ishion.
Mm-hmm. I lived in Ellery for a little bit, so.
It's a lovely part of the world.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I think the people will be glad to have you and when the reinforcements arrive as well.
Yes. Is there anything else you wish to speak to me?
Is there anything we want to like above board? Is there anything we want to ask this dragon? No.
No, thank you for your service.
I don't think so.
Of course. As I said, I will be around. Should you need anything.
When last, do you know when last Novus was seen?
The Refractor Prime.
Yes.
I believe it was long before I was born.
Is it Novus or Novam?
Novus.
And when we saw Pallas come down, we're talking like, or Palix, sorry, adult dragon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adult dragon. Very long and lithe. Very serpent-like.
Cool.
In appearance.
So a long time ago.
Yes, I will admit I have not heard that name for quite some time.
And then I know it's something that's kept quite closely guarded, and I'm not asking you to divulge any specifics, but when a dragon rite is invoked, does it have to be by the family? Or if someone else knows the rite, would someone else be able to perform the ritual?
That is an interesting question. I don't know that anyone has tried. It has always been my understanding that my lineage, my blood, is directly connected to those of the Clorax. And so we are bound by blood. The Ember Rite, our Ember Rite, does involve some invocation of blood. But I'm not sure. I know that every Ember Rite is different for each family. I have never heard of someone outside of a family trying to enact an Ember Rite. So I suppose it is possible.
It's interesting because the more we've learned, the more it's become apparent that all Dragonweir share blood from all the families to a certain extent.
Yes, that is true.
But it would be impossible for someone from a different family, even though they might share blood, to invoke the Ember Rite of a different family.
I don't know that it would be impossible, but the ritual itself
requires the blood.
And it is a very closely held secret within a family. It is not something that is taught to every family member. Typically, it is only learned by the matriarch or the patriarch of the family, or the leader of the family.
Where? Sorry, I have to look at my notes. Where did the Jacobus family reside?
Yakovos.
Yakovos. There was a...
Yes.
They resided in the palace at Draconis, which is the capital of Dathia. That was their ancestral seat. It has become the capital of Dathia. As in their time, they ruled over a great period of peace. And so the Dathians decided to make Draconis the new capital.
But that's being held by the Kaiser.
Yes. Now it is whichever family is ruling. They would send their ruling member to sit at Draconis, and then they would name a regent who would look over their castle.
You've got a second question, I got one.
Oh no. If we get there, given time, and maybe some magic, I could maybe talk to a member of the Yakovos family.
Can I?
She kind of cocks an eyebrow. Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Can I ask Palix's pronouns? Just
Typically they, she, but
Okay.
they, them.
Cool.
Sometimes she, her.
Please don't feel like you have to answer this question if it is impertinent. I'm wondering, so the Kassar were the first to enact their Ember Rite.
Yes.
What is or was the sentiment amongst dragonkind when that happened? We've heard a bit about what it was like for the Drakenweir here and the people in Dathia and across the rest of the world, but I'm real curious what that was like for you, potentially, as a dragon, to hear that, or to know that.
It was concerning. There was a sense of apprehension. I do not know all of the other dragons of Dathia. I know some. crossed paths with few. Typically, though, we are territorial outside of Dathia. So it was alarming, and there was an anxiousness, I think, certainly for myself. But once I got news that it was, in fact, enacted, I knew that my family would enact theirs. It was only a matter of time. Clorac's family were one of the earlier families to enact theirs.
An act of protection, perhaps.
Precisely.
Now, we've heard a name of a dragon that, from our understanding, does not fall under the Cassar's Ember Rat. Violembor.
I have heard talk of Violembor. I do not know much, but it is my understanding that Violembor is a crimson dragon, which I had never heard of, but...
Not red or ruby.
No. No, I believe that Violembor may have been at one time a red dragon or a red dragon egg. But from what I have heard, he is or was reared in Wraithmoor.
Oh.
So he is not... Something happened to him or something... He has been infused with something. He is dangerous in his own right.
Have you ever been to Wraithmoor?
No, I can't say that I have. I have no interest.
The Blood of Rythax, is that, it's black, but when held against light, is there a red tone to it?
No, it's like, it depends. When you've seen it, like when a ley line is active, there is a reddish tone to it. But just on its own, it's sort of a dark gray glass.
Right, but when it is active, there's an associative redness to the Blood of Rythax?
Reddish, yeah, and so it is like a dark red.
Yeah, so someone raised in Wraithmoor.
On Rythac glass.
Maybe getting that good glass all up in them.
Gross.
Yes, I am not sure, but I'm sure before this war is through, I will come across many other dragons.
It's, my sense is it's unlikely we'll be here for the full duration of the war, but it was wonderful to meet you, Alex. Thank you.
Yes. I hope I live to meet you again.
I hope you do too.
Keep it sleazy.
And they kind of walk off towards the barracks. Get some food.
I never know what to say to a dragon.
I think it's cool. I thought that was cool.
Keep it sleazy?
Keep it sleazy. I was like, oh my god, that's
Maybe
extremely
you just
fun.
talk to them like a normal person?
Yeah.
He's all like otherworldly, like, oh, dragon. Like,
Nero does let you know.
Yes.
I did speak to Whisper.
Thank you.
He said that Beckett wanted to pass along that he wishes you would fucking stay in one place for a few days.
we should
probably,
move again.
I think we're probably going to be here
We should
for
move again
just stay
one
here.
more time. I don't know this Beckett person,
He's
but
not sure if he will make it within a couple of days.
let's stay for 3, but leave in 2.5.
Oh.
You know?
No, because we can go get Mal and come back by the time he gets here.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
right, yeah.
And Mal's probably going to need to
And we'll
take
see what
rest
happens when we
before
get
travel.
Mal, because maybe we have to go on another adventure.
But we can come back. I can also update Whisper on where we're gonna end up being.
I think Beckett's keeping a journal. Like,
I think
it'll
Beckett's,
be a fun story
Beckett
one
sounds
day.
pissed
I
off
think
because
Beckett's keeping the score.
it sounds like Beckett's doing a favor to Whisper for coming to us, and we're fucking moving around. That's not our fault, but you know, thank you, Nero. I
Sounds like
appreciate it.
Beckett's jealous he didn't get a ride from a dragon.
That was cool.
That was fucking sick. We were in a big metal basket.
It was wild.
Beckett is such a deep cut, and I know so much about Beckett that I
I
shouldn't
know nothing about Beckett.
I know so much I shouldn't okay, well, we've, what time of day is it?
It's like kind of early evening.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sort of between your two rests.
So I guess the plan is in the morning, or
And
or
the people
another.
the staff that we got out are on their way back.
Yes, they're on their way back. They'll
With
probably arrive either late tonight or early in the morning.
And they're bringing Char with them.
So the plan is we talk to
Mather. When he
get
arrives.
the inside scoop about the prison,
Yeah.
and then scootle around the lake, break in, save Mal, scootle back.
Yeah.
We can also leave Char here.
I think that's a good idea.
Like, permanently?
No, for the prison break.
Oh, absolutely.
Dog in prison is bad.
Yeah, we should have her stay here. And Wolf in Lake is probably not a good idea either if we end up going that way.
Wolf and Lake
If we
bad.
end up going in the lake.
Dog in prison bad.
Okay.
Good. All right.
I need to go carve a room by the fireplace. Mark, can you come with me?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, you head over to the fireplace.
I start carving it, and I just get.
How do I help?
Mark, can you just hold some of my stuff for a second while I do this?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Your
and
bag.
while I'm carving, Mark, can I ask you something?
Absolutely.
So, if we, do you feel like you can keep anything secret in your brain from your roommate?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Would you be upset if maybe we were a little worried about some of the things we might find potentially?
No, I think that's really reasonable.
Okay. Oh. Okay. I knew I could trust you.
Yeah.
Are you? Wait, unless that's him.
It'd be tough to tell.
I don't think I could tell.
Fuck, Sean, you're
I'm so
perfection.
confused. Would you be willing to let me try something when and if we go there together to?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to do it right now?
Yeah.
Cool. Hit me.
Okay, I finished carving the rune.
Okay.
Use
Yeah.
my bag back.
Thank you.
I helped.
Okay, may I?
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to put my hand on Mark's forehead. And
He leans into it so hard, so fast.
Miri is going to try casting Modify Memory, but instead of altering an existing memory, what I'm gonna try and do is if you imagine like your memory is like notes being taken down in a journal, I'm gonna try and pick up the pen so that no memories are being recorded.
Okay.
And I'm gonna continue to focus on that as I pull my hand away and keep concentrating. So
is there a save involved with modify memory?
it's but I think you can choose. It's a wisdom save.
I don't think it's Mark.
Mark
making
can
the save.
choose.
So, okay.
Oh God.
Do you want to ask me what the
Yeah. What's the spell save DC?
17?
Okay.
He rolled so well that he didn't need to ask.
That's what I think happened.
Yeah.
Or he rolled so poorly.
No.
I don't think
No.
is the case, but I can hope.
Do you feel anything?
He's got a big plus.
Do I feel anything? I don't think so. I feel very normal.
Okay. Do you know? I need to ask you something that I gotta find out whether you won't remember later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what masturbation is?
Yes.
What do you think it is?
It's when you jaw the peebus, dude.
You're really putting
Good laugh.
the player Sean Deppner in a pickle here.
Dude, just say it's when you jork your peebus, man. Like, it's the easiest way to get around
You keep
it.
saying that you're doing it.
I thought it was when you pork your jeebus.
Oh, no, that's a
We're not
different
there.
thing.
Shush.
Well,
I could retract the
Please don't
question
get
if
us
you, Sean,
tossed.
the player, would like
I
to.
have found
Yada, yada,
historically,
yada.
like, there's a couple things you can say that people don't ask questions. If people knock, you don't want them to come in. You say you're masturbating, and they don't come in. If you need to go somewhere and people are like, oh, where do you think you're going? You're like, I'm going to shit my pants. Like, I've got diarrhea. Absolutely, people let you do whatever you want. If you switch those around, it works for not opening the room, but it doesn't help the other way, where it's like, where do you think you're going? I'm going to masturbate. People will stop you. I haven't answered your question.
Don't answer it.
I guess I'm really more referring to the social utility of masturbation.
I think I understand.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. So, none of the times you've said either of those things, you've actually been doing them.
No, I've definitely had to shit my pants a few times.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I think maybe that's a relief. All right. And I stop concentrating on the spell.
Okay.
Do you remember what I just asked you?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So I guess it didn't work.
Do you want me to try on you?
Sure.
Wait, what are you trying to do?
I was trying to stop your roommate from finding out what you're experiencing.
Oh, that'll be much harder.
Okay.
No, from what I understand, having met a bunch of ghost dragons, excuse me, is that you have to effectively forget about him And then I don't think you, the person, ever really get to do that, but the people that come after you get to. So I think I'm a bit of a lost cause. But, like, if there's anybody else, like, you know, the buck can stop here, I think is sort of the vibe.
Okay.
So if anything...
The buck can, yeah.
Wait, no, you've all already had relations with my roommate, so I think you're in the club. Like, you've all touched the goo a few times, right?
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Did I feel like the spell, like it was saved?
You're not sure.
Okay.
Difficult to tell.
So it feels fucked out to it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's different. I mean,
Yeah.
have you cast Modify Memory before?
Yes, once on Mark.
Yeah.
So I know what it felt like for it to succeed.
Yeah, it felt a little different.
Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, well, maybe you're right. Maybe it's a lost cause.
Well, you know, just if...
Or maybe it just failed this time.
Yeah, I know of one way to sort of sequester oneself from my roommate.
Can you tell me it?
Well, yeah, I think it's this sort of concerted effort that, like, an entire generation has to, like, take the hit so that, like, future generations can live
I don't
freely.
think we have time for that.
Oh, bummer. Okay, well, I guess we'll see what we find when we're down there.
Okay. Cool. Well, thanks for letting me try.
No problem.
Okay.
If you want to try again, you know where to find me.
I can't right now.
Oh, cool.
While they're gone.
Maybe another time.
So it's myself and Thistle and Esper sitting wherever we were prior. I would look at the both of them. So we're gonna go in the lake.
I'm gonna go with it.
No, I'm coming in the lake with you.
Mostly by that.
Why are you being so fucking cagey about this, Thistle? Why?
I'm going in by myself.
Why? Give me one good reason why you, Thistle, Longbranch, should go in by yourself.
All right. If I take you,
Yeah.
then
The
someone-
person who in this party who can breathe underwater and is the strongest swimmer. Yeah.
You're not as strong of a swimmer as I am, first of all. Second of all, if I take you, someone else will want to come.
Who's that?
I don't know. If I go by myself, then it's just me. If I add you, then someone else wants to come. Then someone else wants to come. The next thing you know, Mark's going, why am I the only one not going in the lake?
I think Mark's going to be very clear to understand why, if we had concerns, why he wouldn't be the only one to go in the lake. I'm very curious, Thistle, as to what kind of death wish you got right now.
I don't have a death wish.
I don't.
Have I died?
You're the only one who hasn't, so I'm wondering if you've got a bit of fear of missing out on that one.
No, I can't.
You can't die.
I was a tree, and then I died. And then I was a bear, and then I died.
Esper,
and now
please
I'm a
help
person,
me.
and I still have not died.
Esper's surrounded by the books from the study, and he's just
Oh,
fully in research mode.
I understand
Yes.
this, but I need you to help me reason with Thistle as to why he shouldn't be the only
Oh,
one
you've
to
gone
go
to
in
the
the
wrong
lake.
person. He's going to be on the same page as me.
And Shy's like standing there just like this.
Big sides.
Thistle is capable of assessing a situation.
And shouldn't he
Trust
have
his judgment.
backup?
He should, yeah.
That's not a win for you.
Why? I just don't understand, Thistle. Like, why you're so convinced that you got to do this yourself. I want to help you. I will be an active asset for you under there.
All right,
Why-
hold on 1 second.
Are you texting?
Yes, I'm texting my wife.
I need to text my moon.
Text your moon, yeah.
Hey moon, you up? It's daytime, but hey, what up?
How fast can you swim?
If I'm dashing,
Sure.
150 feet in a round.
You can be too slow for me to keep up. I have to move fast.
I think at this point, I think
There's something.
I think Shy at this point is just like it's talking to a wall, and it's like she just wants to help, and it's just like she just doesn't see the point, so she just kind of throws her hands up and she walks out of the room.
Esper, you okay?
Yes. She does have a point. The risk is higher if you go alone.
Yes, but the risk to the party is also lower. We would lose fewer people if something was to go wrong. And also, like I said before, the more I add, the more who are going to want to come. And the harder it will be to explain to Mark why he can't come.
That is sound logic.
All right, you're not okay. Talk to me, what's going on?
I'm fine.
You might be fine, but you're not yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Say more, as Miri would say.
It's part of the cost.
Of dying?
Death, yeah. Body, soul.
Your soul is less now.
Pieces get chipped away.
And that makes you less expressive? Distant,
Immediately
more
after,
distant.
yes.
All right. So you'll come. You will get better.
Mostly.
All right. Can I help in any way?
Not in any way that I know.
All right. Well, I am here to help if you think of a way.
I appreciate that sentiment.
That's very strange. All right. I should probably go talk to Shy.
She seemed mad.
She sure did. Madder than when you left and when you tried to steal the armor. And I don't know, you've done a lot of things. I'm gonna go find her.
Okay.
Shy, wait up.
I think, where would you find Shy?
You're faster on the land, but not in the water.
You're not off to a good start, pal. I think you would probably find Shy.
So good.
Because where would we been having this conversation?
Like but outside.
Yeah, I think you would probably find Shy. Like I would have gone,
Or maybe in the lobby. Like
I think Shy would have probably
in the doorway.
gone upstairs just to like go upstairs and kind of like ready her things if she would need to go.
Shy, wait up. So fast. So quick. So nimble. Agile. Dexterous.
Yeah, say more, Thistle.
I've run out of words to describe that attribute.
What you want?
I understand you want to come with me. My concern is that the party could survive losing one of its members. I don't think it could survive losing two of its members, especially not you being one of those members.
I think Shy at this point like lifts up her shirt and jacket and just looks at the giant scar across her stomach. Thistle, at this point, this party is barely surviving losing anyone. So I don't know where the calculus is for you that your loss would be less important than my loss. Because the way I see it, Thistle, I'm going to just be straight up about it. You are the best father figure I've ever had. So I really don't understand why you think you're not important to people here.
Well, I didn't say that.
No, you need to let me finish.
All right.
I get not wanting to upset Mark. This is entirely pertinent to what's going on for him. But we're a unit. We're a party. We do these things together. And if we're asking Mark, encouraging Mark not to go down there for his safety, for a broader safety because of the thing that lives in his head, that's reasonable. And I think Mark will see the logic around that. If not, we talk it out as a party, as we have. I can understand wanting to protect people, Thistle. Trust me, I get that. But you don't need to show any sort of bravado, or you don't need to prove yourself, or you don't need to diminutize how important you are to this group in the process. Please. If for nobody else, then please just fucking do it for me.
I think you misunderstand.
Okay, then lay it out for me, please, because I am struggling here.
This is not something we can bring to the party. This is something that needs to be compartmentalized. we need to keep things working separately in this regard to the party.
Why?
Because when we are done with this dragon war, when we are done with Riez and Rythax and the bloodlines, we will have to deal with with his roommate.
I am aware of that, yes.
All right. And as long as he knows what's going on, the more danger is going to be present when we have to do that.
But I feel like I just said that if we came to Mark and said, hey, Mark, we care about you immensely. We also care about, not allowing the spread of whatever's going on in your head to anyone else. Maybe could you not go in the lake?
We don't know the extent of the control that it can exert on him.
Have we maybe asked him about that?
He's not the person to trust on that.
These guys were somewhere else, right? And they're returning?
Yeah, Miri's
I think-
returning.
Oh, Mark didn't.
I'm with Miri, of course.
Yeah.
Got a bag.
I think as they come back, these two would hear during their argument, Mark,
there is a concern amongst the group that if you go down into the lake, your roommate will have access to power that generations of Drakenweir have tried to...
Just talking about that.
Great. It's sorted. We
Can't
are
trust
worried
any
about
of
you going to the lake.
Can't trust any of you. Exactly. See what I mean?
I don't like that we're having conversations about each other behind our backs.
I
The
think
whole
that
thing is bothering me.
hearing the thing doesn't... Look, Thistle, before we go back downstairs, all I gotta say to you is that I'm sorry if I was huffy with you. I'm sorry if I was mad. I fucking died like a day and a half ago, maybe. I'm coping with that in my own way and how I'm gonna tell my mama about this when I get back. I care about you.
I care about you.
I would. If something happened to you in that lake and I could have been down there and I could have helped you, I'd never forgive myself. Ever.
But how would you help me if you were down there? It would just be two of us trapped down there. It would just be you and a dead me.
And I would pick you up and I would bring you back up to the surface. I'm probably the only person of this group who could pick you up, carry you down from the bottom of a fucking lake, Thistle. Because while I may not be as fast as one of the forms that you take, I am a very strong swimmer.
You are a fantastic swimmer.
I think we should go downstairs and rejoin the others.
All right.
And they go downstairs.
So, I'm very worried about the correlation between my roommate and the lake.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, right on.
Have I clocked this at any point? Like,
It's impossible not to.
at this
Yeah,
point?
at this point,
Yeah.
it's pretty...
Yeah,
It's, yeah.
I parking
Esper
space.
T1000 over
I
here.
parking space. I parking space that for a conversation later.
What,
I tried something and it didn't work, but I could try it
We're
again.
working on things. Things are, we got buns in the oven.
I think.
Do you, in your assessment of the situation, think it is reasonable for you to go into the lake?
Look, so I guess, so the concern is, the way I'm piecing it together, dragons put something down there that our friend doesn't know about.
Yes.
If I see it, he knows about it, which is potentially bad for
Yes.
everybody.
I think it's the fact that they've purposefully severed the line.
Yeah, but there's also a giant serpent
Yeah.
and catacombs with a magical sword down there.
Yeah.
I think the pressing concern is reconnection.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We don't know what it would be, so I can't just do a little peekaboo. I guess the thing that it makes sense, if there was this is the roommate room, I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna take 5. That makes sense to me. I guess I'm just a little worried about the serpent and all of you.
How much information does your roommate get? If you were blinded, covered eyes, would that help?
Unclear. I think if I can remember it, he knows it.
you know if there's a way to... It feels weird asking questions that I know he can hear the answer to, but do you think there's a way of making it more likely that what we tried earlier might work?
I genuinely don't know.
Like to weaken him
Has he ever
temporarily?
directly influenced your actions?
Yes. At the table, right? I sort of wanted to scoot out and...
So if we found ourselves near the goo, he could force you to touch it.
Well, he could... I think he could try. I don't think it's a done deal, but...
But it's a risk.
Could Thistle or I polymorph you into something where we could keep you from being able to see what was happening or interact with it? Just temporarily?
Actually, yes.
That might work.
If I were like a sea sponge.
Yeah. Like an anemone?
Yeah.
Honestly, that's a horror. Like, that's...
Yeah.
Like, being turned into something that has, like,
Zero
that
sentience.
little
Yeah.
creatureness...
Pretty scary.
...is terrifying. Just being a sea cucumber for a day?
Well, it would be a sea cucumber for an hour, at least.
Oh, that's... Ugh, chills.
I've seen strains of weed do that to people.
Instead of tentacles, it's all feet.
I think maybe I'm not as good at reading people as a lot of you are here, but maybe it's an optimist in me. I think I trust Mark to know when he needs to pull the chute. I think you're differentiated enough. I don't know. You don't?
You don't.
We don't know what we're looking for. Like,
We don't know what we're going to find down there either.
well, that's my concern. But if there's
Yeah.
like a surprise, like if there's like a mural, for example, then, or something, then I see where this is. I would just be. I think I would feel terrible if something happened down there that I could have helped with, but didn't because I wasn't.
I know.
But something terrible.
I think the polymorph plan holds merit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sea sponge?
We fight the giant serpent.
Yes.
Done. You sponge me up. I'm a little sponge. I live in the sack. The sack that is separate from the world.
Oh, you'd only have 10 minutes.
No, because if we can get him into a jar of water...
Yeah.
You put me in a jar. You put me in a bag. I am separate from the known world. Please take me out within the hour.
When you concentrate on a spell that travels through planes, I think we've
Oh, true.
ruled on that in
Demi
campaign
planes.
1.
Any answers no?
No.
Okay. Then you put me in a very cool sack. One that could expand.
I mean, sea sponges don't have ears.
Sea sponge is perfect. We love a sea sponge.
So I think it has to be an object. I don't think you can put a living creature
You're right. A lake sponge.
in the bag of holding.
We've
So-
definitely
We can
gotten in
transfer
the
you
bag of
into,
holding
we can
before,
transfer
but...
you into something that doesn't have the senses required for you to form the memories
Right.
that would give you the information.
Lake sponge.
In
but
a jar.
Well, no.
Yeah.
No. In a sack, because just in case someone drops
Yeah.
concentration, like say a booby trap goes off, I would love to not break out of a jar as
Yeah.
a human. But then I'll be in a sack and I'll go.
But like, if we really need help, then whether it's Thistle or I,
Yeah.
we'll drop concentration.
Okay.
You've got a mark in a sack.
Yeah.
And presumably you'll be in a room where you can be like, no brain stuff in here.
Yeah.
I think I look towards Thistle at this point.
This is just in there.
This is the best compromise.
Does this work, Thistle?
This works now that he knows. Which was exactly what I was trying to avoid. I spoke to you all about it. You all full well knowing that my intention was not to take him. And you all opposed it and then brought it up with him.
Hey, Thistle, do you want to bunk up tonight so that if either of us try to sneak off in the night, we can catch each other?
Sure. You all are so quick to call my actions reckless. And then you share this with his roommate as though that is nothing. I hope nothing bad comes from this.
Thistle.
So do I.
We're trying to do things together as a party.
Sometimes, to save the tree, you must take a limb.
The logic of you dying instead of multiple people dying is flawed. The emotional ramifications would impact everyone, and they would not operate at peak efficiency, and could thus be killed later, distracted by your death. It is better to do things as a whole.
This weird thing that talks like Esper is right. And also,
We will have to deal with this later.
yeah. Sorry, Esper, but this is
fine.
You're being fucking bizarre.
I mean, I like it.
I like it.
I like it too, but it's definitely
Why do we?
different.
What? You like it?
I like it a lot.
Why do you like it?
It's really clear.
It is very clear.
It's really facilitating this conversation.
He hasn't talked about his fingers
If I wanted
once.
to clear, I'd read a book. I want to hang out with Esper.
I don't get to read a lot of books. This is nice.
You have 7 books in a series
And it's-
that are signed
but
by
I'm
the author.
working
The author.
through.
My nutrition course.
It's really interesting.
We are becoming distracted.
I think I might be a
Thistle.
non-fiction guy.
Yes.
This isn't gonna stop. This is not gonna be the last. Think of how many fucking basins we've found in the last little while.
Yes.
It's basins all the way down. We're gonna keep finding basins.
Yes.
This isn't gonna stop.
But this is the Forbidden Basin.
You can't just like sneak off on your own and go to the basin every single time we find one. We either need to continue to treat Mark like a friend and a confidant and someone we trust, who maybe has a bit of a thing going on that we're not keen on, or we have to not trust him and kick him out to the curb and come back when we found a solution or when you found a solution or something. But like, what?
I don't think it's as binary as that.
Oh wait, here we go.
You still like it now?
I don't know anymore.
I think Mark is an unknown quantity. It's better to keep that close.
I don't think we're going to agree on this.
No.
Shy? You talk more?
I think I've said as much as I need to say. I want to help.
Yeah.
I just want to help. That's all.
We aren't going to find a solution that makes everyone perfectly happy. That's just part of being a group.
So sea sponge? Or lake sponge, rather?
That is the best compromise, I think.
I'm also still convinced my other idea might work if I get lucky.
Okay.
Maybe I'm completely off base, but I feel like mechanically it's sound.
Perhaps both.
We try both.
We can try both. I wish we had a plan C as well. I guess plan C is Thistle goes.
I'm going to go down to the lake. Who would like to chaperone me so that I don't go in?
Can we go tomorrow?
No. Because I will need to get the spell slot back when I sleep tonight.
I'll come with you.
Oh, Jesus.
I'll come too.
Okay, I'll come.
We're all coming.
Oh, Jesus. It just gets better.
Who is Jesus?
We established that in campaign 1.
That's
I
right.
believe.
That's right. We did.
He's the newest member of the Nard Guard.
I'm gonna go
Really
down,
cool guy.
Really cool.
I'm gonna go down to the
Only one spell, walks on water.
I'm gonna go down to the edge of the lake.
Okay.
And I'm gonna sit or stand so that my toesies are in the water.
Okay.
And I'm going to.
It's very silty. It's a muddy, silty.
I'm going to cast a 5th level Commune with Nature.
Okay. Are the rest of you in the water at all?
I look at
Do
this.
not let Mark in the water.
I look at this all. Are we going in the lake today?
No.
Great.
I'm going to go back to the castle. There's no point for me. Like, in Esper's mind, it's like no point being here if we're not actively going down.
I wouldn't let. I would stand. I would stand as Thistle stands. I think.
Okay.
Next to him in the water.
I'm going to cast Commune with Nature. You briefly become one with nature and gain the knowledge of the surrounding territory. In the outdoors, the spell gives you the knowledge of the land within 3 miles of you.
Okay. You get this kind of almost like a ping of the lake geography somewhat. As you look through the edges of this river, like there is a bit of land from Silverwatch. There's like almost like a bank, and then it sort of drops off like a little grass cliff. It's not very far down to the water, but there's like a kind of a more solid edge. But around the edges on the other side, especially on the western side, it's kind of marshland. But the lake itself, you can see, is quite like there is a lot of mud and silt. But you get an image of the ruins of Caer Argus, the stonework and stuff like that. The like old walls have sort of crumbled away. There is a bit of a trench where you assume the moat was at some point. But then the castle itself is sort of tilted somewhat, as if the front half is sort of tilted down somewhat. The back half is a little higher, although it is fully submerged. So the lake is quite deep. And you can see there is everything is kind of covered with a layer of mud and silt that has settled somewhat. But you can see there is a set of stairs that go down into what you assume the lower catacombs. That is kind of centrally located. You guess just from the sort of initial shape of the rock, you guess that it would be underneath where or close to where the family seat was. Similar to what you would have seen in the dining hall. You would have gone upstairs at some point and seen there's sort of a large family seat that is where the Drakenweir kind of hold power. It's like a symbolic seat.
A little bit of a weird housekeeping question. Never mind. I know what the answer is. I would like to, in this process, I would like to sort of also tap into my hearts, and I'd like to try and feel for any presence of hearts of the forest that are around.
Okay. Are you casting Commune again, or are you reaching out sort of in that same
that same sort of breath?
Not within 3 miles.
Okay.
You feel the kind of presence of the forest behind you.
Yeah.
There isn't any forest in front of you. There is a forest that kind of flanks Silverwatch.
Yeah.
So you feel some sort of tendrils of that, but you aren't able to locate exactly where.
Thistle's
or if
fear was that there was a similar situation happening.
Doesn't
the last
feel like
time.
that,
Okay.
no. But you aren't able to sense anything sort of
below the
castle. It seems like that is likely all worked stone. So construction, you're
I can't see through
inside.
yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's nighttime right at this point.
It's evening. Yeah, it's like the sun is setting.
Okay. And then I will. All right. I see where it is. I know where we need to go.
That's great. I don't know if we should go in at night.
No, we should rest one
Well,
more
we're
night.
getting Mal first, right?
Yeah, we can do either one or two of the others first.
Well, I just feel like the ancestral blade is sat for 10,000 years. It'll sit for a day longer, but every day in prison is a day in prison.
That's very true. Why don't we go?
I think we need one more night's rest for Esper's sake.
And I'd like Mather here. So they'll be here probably later tonight or early tomorrow morning. So maybe we can head off midday and attack the prison at night.
All right.
And get them out tomorrow night. Let's take one more night and go that way.
Could we try something first? One more thing?
Yeah.
Just especially if we're thinking of going for Mal. I'm gonna pull out the pocket mirror.
Okay.
Thistle, can you watch and make sure I'm doing this right?
All right.
Can you roll a d20 for me, please?
Sure can. 5.
Great.
I don't like this.
What the fuck?
Go ahead.
Okay, I pulled the pocket mirror. I'm going to attempt to scry on Mal.
Okay. Yeah.
My first time trying to do a scry
So what you
of
wanna,
my own steam.
What you want to do
Yeah?
is you want to think of the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror. Do you see yourself?
Yep.
Right. Now imagine that you're not looking at the reflection of yourself, but rather yourself through a window.
Okay.
Right.
Sure.
Now, on the other side of that window, you leave, and Mel walks in.
Okay. I try to focus.
Wait, is that it?
That's it. That's how
That's
I
the
do it.
whole thing?
That's how I do it.
Mirror's just scrunched up face, staring at a mirror.
Does that not work?
Tim's busy typing. Mark walks into the the ocean.
All right, you go to reach out to find Mal, kind of
Yeah.
imagining his face and body, and you are not able to see him. Something is blocking your sight.
Oh, non-detection. We were able to see him.
Can't. It's not.
I got
It's
it.
not working, Thistle.
Maybe.
I can't see anything.
Is there magical ways that it can be blocked? Like they put magic on
Let me scry, not scry. Send to him. Because, okay, yeah, absolutely, mate. No problem.
Didn't we already try to send to him?
No, we've sent to him.
We've
had
got to him.
success.
We got a response.
Looks like we might be able to bust you out tomorrow-ish.
Ish is not a word.
Shush. Anything that we should know? Secretly? Best wishes.
That's exciting. They moved me
Fuck.
to a stronger cell.
Tits.
Okay.
I was in a fight,
Nice.
but the prison has no roof.
Prison has no...
Do you relay all that?
Yeah, absolutely. We're
Not heavily guarded.
Not heavily guarded.
What do you mean it doesn't have a roof?
Super cool. Did you win? What was it over? Were cool people watching? Best wishes.
Anything to. it's words, not syllables, my guy.
We're cool people.
I hit 2 guards.
Nice.
They roughed me up quite a bit.
That's
but
not bad.
yes, I won.
Okay, sick.
What does it mean?
All the prisoners saw.
Nice, nice. Nice. He's doing great. He's gonna run that place.
Are we?
He's got
here's-
talent.
As you see, like, as Mark is doing this,
And I'm saying these out loud. for
yeah,
your
he's kind of
benefit.
saying
I'm
these
not
out loud.
aberranting.
He kind of absentmindedly steps forward and sort of slides down into the water.
I move towards. I immediately go to.
Christ.
Yeah, you catch him, but his feet hit the water, and I need you 4 to.
Yeah.
Oh, buddies!
This is on you guys.
Listen, pal.
This is on
It's good.
you guys.
It's good
Fucking-
story. It's good
This is
storytelling.
on you
It's good
guys.
storytelling.
It's just on me.
This is on all of y'all.
Good storytelling.
As you feel kind of a gentle shove from behind, you sort of slip and stumble into the water, and your vision blanks out for a second. You see, running towards you, this figure you recognize, silver scaled. No, there isn't much time. His tendril has escaped the prison. With each basin his memory grows. It's only a matter of time before he remembers. You must not let him connect. And you watch as the figure starts to turn to goo before he can finish. And you come to? Okay, everyone can come back.
So nothing bad happened, I'm sure.
Is he still there?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, so I think he's sort of running the prison at this point. I mean, we've got a dragon, so flying over should be no problem.
I want to look across the water to the prison that's on the other side.
Yeah, you can kind of make it up.
Can I make out
It's like
enough?
a ways away, right?
But
It's a little ways. It'd probably take you, like, probably a
6
day.
hours. Okay, a full day.
Like, to kind of get around. Like, it'll be, probably 12 hours. Like, you could do it in a day.
Can I make out whether or not it has a roof?
It's got walls, so you can't, it doesn't seem like a closed off, like, domed thing, but you can see there are, like, large wooden walls.
Open air prison, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about the eyeball zoomy?
I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't like, oh, he's like, oh, there's no roof, and then there's like obviously roofs on this one.
Yeah.
No,
You're trying to give us a
no,
subtle
it's-
hint that he's
no.
not there.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's so funny. You turn up to a prison, do a prison break.
It's
like,
not like
You want to see Mel?
Wrong person.
the construction of that fort, even from this distance, you can kind of tell, the construction of that fort is not the same as like
A castle.
a castle.
It's not a keep.
It's not a keep.
It's a wall.
Yeah, it's like a
to keep
walled
people in.
fort. It's
Yeah.
like a staging area
Yeah.
for skirmishes
I
and
understand.
raids and stuff like that. It's not like a fortress that they have out there.
It's a pen more than a
But with like some
It's like a
cells.
prison
All right.
at the end of
We
edge
should-
of their territory.
We should get some rest if we're gonna
Yeah.
spring Mel tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you for calling him. Thanks for trying to look in on him.
I tried. I'll figure it out eventually. Thanks for helping, Thistle.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm sorry my technique didn't work for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out eventually.
Esper's not here, right?
Nope.
No, Esper's just fucked off.
I'm gonna I told him a while ago, when we were figuring out whatever the heck is going on between him and I, that I wouldn't let him lose part of himself. So I'm gonna go try and figure that out.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's a good idea. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll have any more luck than y'all have, but I'm gonna try and see what we're working with.
Well, if anyone's getting in there, it's you. So.
I don't know about that. I don't know. But okay, I'm gonna hop up this way. I'll go.
Okay.
And I think Shy just kind of breaks off into I jog back up and I like psych myself up a little bit for this conversation before I go.
Oh, she moves fast on land.
Slow on water.
All right.
Which is arguably not true. Like I'm so fucking bad.
Do you
fast
three
enough.
stay by the lake or do you head back? What would you like
We
to
head
do?
back. I would say we head back.
I've got an idea for your trick. I want to try something, but maybe not here.
Okay.
Just walk and talk.
Yeah. Should we walk back?
Yeah, we'll get back to the
Okay.
fort, castle.
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 Why is it important? We'll go to the place.
The watch?
So we'll
Yeah,
get
we'll
to
do
these
them
first as you get back.
You would find Esper the exact same spot he was last, like the first rest, fully
Is
back
the
against the
door-
wall.
Is the door open?
No, it'd just be closed. Yes,
Can I come in? It's me.
of course.
I go inside, and you're just like sitting,
Yep,
like facing, like on the.
facing the bed.
I mean, I thought I could start this conversation by asking if you're okay, but I know you're not.
You
Come-
mean
It's very clear that something is different and changed, and I think
yeah?
we were all expecting it, but I don't think we were expecting it like this. And that's not a problem.
I came up with an analogy to help my brother when this would happen.
Okay.
Think of a blank book. Each time you die, the first time you die, you write a word in the book. And then the second time you die, you have to take that word and write it in a new book with a new word. Every time you die, you have to repeat the process, adding a new thing. Process just takes longer every time.
Okay.
He's defragging his hard drive.
Well, I mean, this is my first time writing a new word in a new book.
Yes,
Okay.
this is not my first time.
I know. How can I help you? And don't-
Damien said the last time 17 sleeps. For him. To see
You shift back.
complete. It's not complete. It's always going to be something lost. But not as noticeable as this. This is temporary,
Okay.
but it will take longer.
Okay. So if tonight is second sleep, then okay. Then we wait. And I think at this point, like if you're sitting facing the bed, Shy has like come around to be in your field. And
While talking to you, he's looking at you.
okay.
Like he's not like he's just like everything feels very cold.
Okay. I think I would like I'd move closer to you. Are you sitting on the floor?
Yeah.
I think I would kneel down in front of you. And like if you'd let me, I'd take one of your hands. Does it feel different when I hold your hand?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, there is less of the hand there.
I don't mind. It does feel like water. I'm used to that. I don't want to... When people go through hard things, the last thing I want to do is push or be more than you're ready for or you're able to do right now. But I'm not going anywhere. And whoever or whatever version of you is on the end, even in the middle of these 18 sleeps, okay.
I think there's a level of subtlety to the thing that you're saying that just doesn't compute with Esper right now.
And I think despite Shy's not being good at reading people, I think there's like, whether you see it or not, you see this like a little bit of a fall in her. And she just gently places your hand down. Well, I'm here, and I'm pretty steady and sturdy, and I know you don't really lean on people, but you can. Whatever that looks like for you.
I appreciate that.
Okay. And I think you watch her start to try and say something, but she realizes it's not the time for it. So she just... I think she reaches out and she like puts a hand on the side of your face, tilts your chin up, and gives a nod. She goes, oh, okay then.
Okay.
We can talk soon, I guess. And she leaves.
Also, I think the bed thing wouldn't be... Like, I don't think anyone has seen Esper sleep in a bed.
You've slept in a bed with Shy.
Only with Shy. Because Shy is in the bed. Like, during watches, like, even in castles, Esper will sleep on the floor unless there's something else that brings him into the bed. Even when, like...
What's bringing him into the bed, though?
in the bed. But, like, you've noticed that something that, like, Shy probably has picked up on is Esper sleeps worse when in a bed.
Okay.
Like, it's comfort. He hates it. Like...
Comfort.
Well, no, it's just like it's just like a softness that he can't
It's fucked up.
relate to.
The fuck would want to sleep on this?
I think she,
That's an Adam trait. I fucking hate soft beds, dude.
Me too.
Hotel beds, get the fuck out of here
Too soft.
with your fucking air
Like a
pillows.
firm mattress.
Oh, dude, if it's not a slab of concrete.
My
The carpet on a wood
cradled.
floor.
Oh.
What's your idea, Mark?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I
Well,
think
Wait, I don't know if this is done
Oh,
yet.
excuse
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
it's okay.
it'll keep.
I think Shy would leave the room, like gently close the door behind her. And there is like a deep, like steadying breath. And it's just kind of like a... And she looks down at the band, like desperately wanting to talk to someone about it, and hoping that would have been it. And then I think she would try and find these three briefly, but it would be a very wherever you guys are. I think she would find you and just kind of poke her head in the room. Esper said it'll probably take like 17 to 18 days. It's the last time his brother noticed. I'm gonna go to bed.
We're doing some experiments if you want to.
Do you want to talk?
Do a thing.
No, you guys go ahead. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's okay.
Okay, because if this plan works, anything you tell me, I won't remember. So it's like, you get a little buck wild.
I think I got about as buck wild as I should
Okay.
today, so I'm gonna go, guys. Thanks. And I just kind of give you a nod, and I go back to my room.
On your way to your room,
Yeah.
You see Cassia is sitting, having a drink by the hearth on the second floor. And she kind of like looks over her shoulder. You want a drink?
God, I would like nothing more than a drink. Yes, please.
She kicks the chair over to you.
I think I do like the monk to monk. That's a good stop, and then kind of swivel it around and take a seat. And I'm gonna pull out a cask. Do you like mead or ale? I know
like
you.
Whiskey.
I know, but I have really, really nice mead or ale.
Okay, let's drink it then.
Which one you want?
I'll both.
Well, let's start and see how far we go.
Okay.
Shai's had the mead.
You got some catching up to do.
That's fine. I'm smaller than you.
Oh my God.
It takes less to get me drunk. And so I'm gonna sit down. I am absolutely going to crack the Hops Gulch mead.
Fuck yeah.
And I am gonna start catching up.
And she goes, "It's fucked up that you died.
It's fucked up.
You got ripped apart."
I think there's like 2 or 3 drinks in before we start high. It's fucked up.
She gets right into it.
And I think like I down the first glass. Yeah, it is pretty fucked up. I don't know what I'm gonna tell my mom.
Wow.
My mom was gonna be mad that I left and got.
I thought she was gonna be mad that you got ripped apart. That's a little fucked up because you're alive now. She
Yeah.
should be happy.
Yeah, she probably will be, but you ain't met my mama. Imagine me, but like very powerful magically and taller and like kind of scary and also doesn't have full control of her powers.
My cousin rides a wyvern.
Is that anywhere close to that or like?
She's pretty big.
Oh yeah,
She's
that?
stacked.
Oh, is that Diaz? Is your
Yeah.
cousin? Yeah, she's fucking scary.
Yeah.
She's scary. She like.
I thought she was pretty cool for a long time.
Yeah.
But
Do you want to hear about a real crazy thing that I've seen happen? Okay, so we were fighting and. Okay.
she's really close to you.
Yeah, we were fighting, and Mark cast a spell on her, and it made her attack 2 of the other members of her wyvern group, and I'm pretty sure she killed both of them.
I heard about that.
Yeah, that was us.
She's thick one guy. She was kind of into.
Really? That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's really
She
bad.
was rocked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I pour both of us another
Holy
glass and I go,
shit.
well, to your cousin, I guess in the worst and best way possible, maybe.
Yeah.
Cheers me, please, so I don't feel like I'm leaving the fucking left hanging. And I like, we get absolutely shit faced. We get so fucking drunk.
The energy of, yeah, my mom's like pretty intimidating. Almost it's like she works in some wing of the government. I'm not really sure what it is. And the other person being like, yeah, my cousin works for Nintendo. it was so like unrelated.
Right there with you.
Absolutely.
Was there like when
Because
she
it's
got really
got a
close to me? Was
motorcycle.
it like,
Was it vibesy?
Nice dice!
are you asking me to roll these
Yes.
Have you ever had to roll the nice dice?
right now? Never. As someone who's romanced
I've
in
rolled
every
them
campaign I've ever been in, Am I trying to beat a DC here?
I want to roll them.
Or I'm just, is this me?
This plus your
This is
charisma.
just to see what the vibe is.
See what the
Don't
vibe
roll
is.
the nice dice if you try to romance someone at the table. That's
Yeah.
just in between you
Yes.
people. But if you do a NPC, you roll them up.
This is so
That
hard
is-
to
Count
read.
'em up.
6, 12,
Out of a possible 54.
Weirdest number.
19.
19,
20.
20, and 23. So not that high.
We add your charisma.
Oh, plus 1
24.
is a
24. All right.
24 out of 54.
Go either way.
Less than
It's
half
like
raise.
you're not sure. Could go either way.
I think at this point, Shy is like.
She doesn't seem not open to it.
Yeah, I think Shy at this point is clocked that there is something there, and also Shy is hurting, and so I think we're just getting drunk about it. Shy's getting drunk about it.
Okay.
Shy's got inner feelings, and she's getting drunk about it.
All right.
Okay, so here's the thing. I think I don't know what you're trying to do with my mind, but there's a thing that I can do. When I mess around with somebody else's noodle,
Yes.
I can rewrite the memories of 10 minutes
Yeah.
of something that happened the last day. No problem. What if I tried to unwrite my own memory? Want you to tell me something? I will wipe it out, and we'll see if I remember it
All right, but
10 minutes from now.
It might prove that you don't remember it, but it doesn't prove that he doesn't remember it.
Let's try it.
But how will we know?
How can
We're
we
going
test
into a flawed test.
Yeah, we have to be able to test that.
Maybe like lick my eyeball, and that'll give you access to my brain?
Is there any way?
Well, I'm just thinking, what are you good at, and like, what am I good at, and we can put those together and hope that it
Eyeball
works.
licking.
You
I am
love
very
licking
good-
eyeballs.
No, I like having my eyeball licked. It's very different.
I don't like the clarification of I like having my eyeball licked.
No, I'm good at. Okay.
Mark, do you
What?
have any ways to ask your roommate a question?
Yeah, I can ask him. In the same way that you can ask me, but like, how do we trust me? How do we trust him?
I feel like I usually have a pretty good idea whether you're lying to me or not.
Oh,
Can you tell
that's
whether
very
he's lying to
confident
you?
of you. I mean, not hard and fast. Like, it's just sort of vibes,
Do
right?
you lie to me?
No.
Okay, then I can tell.
Insight check that motherfucker. Guidance.
You can make a deception or persuasion check.
Thank you. Guidance?
Yeah. No, on myself.
So you need that guidance.
Perception.
You gonna cast a spell in front of this guy?
Yeah.
Are you gonna cast spells in
No,
front of each other?
insight for you.
Oh, insight. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, get it.
It's the same.
You guidance yourself. He's like, come on.
Hey!
18.
Tough to tell.
I take that as an admission. He lies to us.
Well, okay. Wait. Okay, no, you're right. Because like the idea is, if it already goes into my brain, maybe he's like he's got a
All
direct
right,
line on
exactly.
it.
And then you've just erased it from your own brain, but not from his.
Tough, but it's the same brain, isn't it?
No,
We don't know. We don't know how it works mechanically.
it's not because he has
What is it?
memories that you don't.
Let me just try something. Okay, for
Let's
the love of God,
we can try
just say any word that you're not. It'll be a little secret. It'll be a little
Crumpets.
password. What?
Crumpets.
Crumpets. Love crumpets, mate. Absolutely.
I love in the same day you had a conversation about how Mark lies to people about masturbating, and then went, "Do you lie to me?" He went, "No."
No, you no.
I'm going to try to modify memory myself.
Okay.
I will make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes. You choose to fail.
I can choose to fail it, but it's saving throw.
He didn't. Mark didn't.
Yourself.
Sean didn't roll for mine.
You try to reshape another
creature's memories.
Can I try to modify his memory?
Whoa.
Sure, you can try.
That's not gonna.
Let me
go
try
well.
that.
It says one creature that you can see.
Oh.
But you know what?
Here's a mirror.
Look at yourself.
That's gonna have ramifications, dog.
Yeah.
Okay, make a wisdom saving throw.
I want you two to make a wisdom saving throw.
I guess 17 is the number to beat.
Or his.
Nope.
Oh boy.
Oh.
That's so.
23.
Are you marking off any sorcery points for that twin spell?
Do the modify memory.
Not good.
Oh no.
14.
All right. You choose to fail the spell, or you attempt to cast it on yourself. But as you're doing it, you're having a hard time you're having a hard time visualizing Harkoon in a way that feels like you have a strong enough grip to see him do what you're trying to do. Seems like Mark's able to do what he was trying to do.
So, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna say it out loud. I can do it in my brain, but I'm choosing to say it out loud for your benefit. In the last 10 minutes, I'm hanging out with Miri and Thistle. And Thistle took a long pause and said, croissant.
It seems like Mark was successful in what he was trying to do.
All right.
Okay.
But that doesn't.
It seems like you're not really sure if anything happened.
Okay.
But it doesn't prove that he doesn't know it. It just proves that you don't know it anymore.
Doesn't know what?
Yeah, Thistle's right. We don't know.
How do we?
He
Because
knows.
you said. What do you think you said?
I still know what I said.
You
though, right?
clearly, unless you're lying to us, which you wouldn't do because you've never lied to me before, right?
Right.
Right. Then this worked as far as you're concerned. You don't remember it anymore, but we don't know if you know who
Is
remembers
crumpets and croissant? Fuck. Was there anything else that I missed?
So you did know it, because I haven't said it.
Yeah, how did you
And
get
neither
that?
Well, I
have
don't
you.
think I can do it to me, unfortunately. I was trying to do it to him. All right, it's a failed experiment.
But to me, it seemed like you didn't.
You remember Mark, like, it working. You saw, like, the mirror image sort of swirl. And it seemed to be successful.
But only Thistle saw this.
Yeah, that's what Thistle remembers.
So I don't think it worked.
What? I don't think it worked.
You just saw the reflection of Mark.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like it worked at all.
So I remember crumpets, I remember croissant.
So it
Do I
didn't
put
work.
that
It's
together?
a failure.
As you're talking it through, it seems like you two remember different.
It's like a dissonance.
Something happened.
What do you think happened? Wait,
What-
I'm confused. I don't think it worked.
I saw nothing.
I'm going to
Nothing
read
happened.
about lean proteins.
What do you think happened? Thistle, what's going on? What did you see?
Nothing.
And that's where we're going to end it tonight.
Oh my gosh. We are going to dive into a chat water here.
Yeah.
And if you want to get access to chat water, all you need to do is head on over to Patreon. You can type !Patreon in the chat. We
rocks.
released one free chat water a month. There's a bunch of cool behind the scenes stuff. And please stick around. We are going to go raid someone awesome. And put your thumbs up, babies.
When you're with Mark, make sure that he doesn't
touch the